Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, All People Evolution. Start Double SS's Talent. Chapter 21. After 3 minutes of rest time, the second wave of beasts arrived. Zhongbai smiled when he saw it. It's actually a level 5 pack of grey wolves. Not long after, the grey wolves followed in the footsteps of the rats. Then came the third wave, the fourth wave. In a blink of an eye. The seventh wave of herds comes. The lowest level of this group of beasts is level 7, and the strength of the leading beast reaches level 10. However, with the help of the firepower of the 2 arrow towers, the heaven designated of the Yanwang tribe successfully wiped out this group of beasts. Then the 8th wave of beasts came, and this wave of beasts was stronger. Half of the beasts, the strength reaches level 9. Among them, there are 10 level 10 beasts, and the leading beast is the strength of half-step extraordinary. Zhongbai, who had been bored for a long time, saw it, and immediately regained his spirits. He looked at Cao Wu. Do you need me to take action? No, we can still handle it. Cao Wu shook his head, signaling to Lin Guodong, Luo Feng, Tang Ling, and Yang Zhaozhao. The 4 of them understood, immediately turned around and jumped off the wooden wall, landing in front of the gate of the tribe. In the end, the 8th wave of fierce beasts stopped at the gate of the tribe. The leading beast of the half-step extraordinary was beheaded by Lin Guodong alone. Then came the 9th wave of herds. All members of this wave of beasts are level 10. Half-step extraordinary has more than half of the beasts, and the strength of the leading beast has reached level 1. Seeing this, Cao Wu looked at Zhongbai decisively. That is a beast, a real extraordinary beast. At present, among the Yanwang tribe, none of the heaven designated who have stepped into the ranks of extraordinary can fight against the beast. Arrow Tower. Don't worry, fierce beasts are not the same as ferocious beasts. The beast's intelligence is not low, and its speed is fast. Under normal circumstances, it is actually difficult for the arrow tower to hit the beast. Unless the number of arrow towers is increased, cover them with arrow rain. Don't worry, leave it to me. After Zhongbai left a word, he jumped off the wooden wall. Holding an iron wooden bow in his hand, he quickly knocked and drew the bow as he walked towards the 9th wave of beasts. Swipe. Arrows flew out continuously, forming a rain of arrows in the air, enveloping the herd of beasts. Such an amazing scene, looking directly at all heaven designated on the dull wooden wall. The same question popped up in their minds. How many years does it take to be single to practice this terrifying hand speed? But what they don't know is that this is actually a special archery skill. Shoot the enemy with the speed of 6 arrows. The core essence of rapid archery is only 2 words, fast and accurate. The key to this archery skill is to suppress and destroy the enemy with speed and quantity. No, before the 9th wave of beasts had time to rush into the range 10 meters in front of Zhongbai, only the beast was left standing. Roar. The ferocious beast let out an angry roar, and its breath burst out. This is true extraordinary breath. Even the heaven designated on the wooden wall who have stepped into the ranks of extraordinary feel like they are facing some kind of great horror. And heaven designated under extraordinary is already trembling. Zhongbai's face remained unchanged, and he shot 3 arrows in a row. The first arrow is dodged. The second arrow hit the beast's left eye, causing it to open its mouth in pain. The third arrow flew into the beast's mouth, and the arrow shot out from the back of its head. The painful cry of the beast stopped abruptly, and it fell to the ground with a bang. Zhongbai also stopped and stood still, waiting for the 10th wave of beasts to arrive. At this time, those heaven designated on the wooden wall, looking at Zhongbai's slightly thin back, feel ashamed in his heart. The little boy they thought was actually a master. And he is also a top expert who is so powerful that they don't even have the qualifications to look up to. Soon, it's time for trimming. The last wave of beasts is coming. As expected, the strength of this wave of beasts is extremely strong. The heaven designated on the wooden wall looked at it, and Chi-Chi gasped. Because all members of this wave of beasts are half-step extraordinary. And there are 3 beasts of level 1 and level 1. Isn't this strength a bit beyond the outline? At this time, Zhongbai raised his iron and wooden bow. At the next moment, his right hand turned into an afterimage, making it hard to see clearly. I only heard the continuous sound of the bowstring bang, and I saw arrows flying out at a faster speed than before. turned into wave after wave of arrow rain, covering the group of beasts away. This is actually one of the skills of using rapid archery. Through intentional and subtle time control, the arrows form a continuous rain of arrows. This technique is dedicated to using less to many. Just like now, Zhongbai stood alone in the herd of beasts, but he didn't let a beast approach within 10 meters of him. This scene shocked the jaws of all heaven designated. They stared dumbfounded, and couldn't find any words to describe the scene for a while. For a long time, Cao Wudang came back to his senses first, and exclaimed, "I have already expected this guy's strength to be high enough. I never thought, his performance is still far beyond my expectations." Lin Guodong shook his head and smiled wryly. "I thought I had narrowed the gap with him, but I didn't expect the gap to be even bigger." "This is a machine gun, right? It must be. The only one who can yell like this is Luo Feng." Looking at Zhongbai's back, Tang Ling and Yang Zhaozhao couldn't help being a little dazed. This sense of security, the other heaven designated also came to their senses, and their doubts and dissatisfaction with Zhongbai had long since disappeared. In its place is infinite worship. This girl is too strong. Let them not even have the courage to envy and envy. 10 minutes later, as the last beast fell, Heavenly Dao's voice sounded in time. "Notice. Congratulations to the Yanwang tribe for successfully defending against 10 waves of beast attacks. Since then, the Yanwang tribe has been officially established." A few seconds after the sound of the notification falls, the sound of Heavenly Dao's announcement sounded. Heavenly Dao announcement. "Congratulations to the human race heaven designated, Cao Wu, the first tribe to establish, Yanwang, special reward, exclusive totem, plate dragon pillar, the only one, luck plus 1000, Heavenly Dao treasure chest x1. The announcement of Heavenly Dao 3 times in a row immediately stirred up waves. The world channel has not yet opened, and Zhongbai doesn't know the situation in other cave worlds. But when he saw the regional channel of District 168, he was already fried. Yanwang. I remember that people in Long Kingdom call themselves descendants of Yanwang. Could it be that Cao Wu is from Long Kingdom? Congratulations, I am the first to establish a tribe in the Dragon Kingdom heaven designated. Fake, I'm not number 1 in Eagle Sauce country. People of the Dragon Kingdom have always liked to engage in small tricks, so this is definitely cheating. Upstairs is evil. The appraisal is complete. Baga, Cao Wudi, you're dead. Cao Wu is from our Bangzi Kingdom, so the first to establish a tribe is our Bangzi Kingdom. Yes, the entire universe including Heavenly Dao belongs to you guys. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom for being the first to establish a tribe. Congratulations to Dragon Kingdom. There are many countries that are hostile to the Dragon Kingdom, but there are also many countries that are friendly with the Dragon Kingdom. So the regional channels are a total mess. Zhongbai looked at it for a while, then turned it off, turned around and walked towards the Yanwang tribe. At this time, bursts of cheers continued to come. Announce the Heavenly Dao 3 times, and all heaven designated can hear it. The heaven designated who belong to the Yanwang tribe are all honored. The cheers naturally came from them. Cleaning the battlefield naturally does not require Zhongbai, nor other heaven designated. The NPC residences in the Yanwang tribe spontaneously rushed out of the tribe after the defense battle, and began to clean up the beheaded beasts. These are all ingredients and materials. Back to the tribe. Zhongbai saw an extra stone platform in the open space in the center of the tribe. A thick stone pillar stands on the stone platform. A lifelike, spiraling dragon is carved on the stone pillar. Through the authority of Kei Qing Elder, Zhongbai learned that this stone pillar is the only exclusive totem rewarded by Heavenly Dao's notice, the dragon pillar. To his surprise, the tribal totem can actually give the tribe and its residents, including heaven-designated members, certain blessings. For example, the improvement of cultivation speed, the increase of spiritual qi concentration and so on. Not only that, totems can also be upgraded through offerings and sacrifices. With the upgrade of the totem, not only the blessing effect will be enhanced, but also more special functions will be unlocked. After watching the set of Dragon Pillar, Zhongbai came to the tribal market. It is said to be a market, but it is actually a wooden house. Enter the cabin. Zhongbai saw several LCD screens hanging on a wooden wall at a glance. The corner of his mouth twitched, and he came to one of the display screens, and saw a variety of products displayed on it. Needless to say, he actually has a sense of sight for online shopping. What a violation! Suppressing the awkward feeling in his heart, Zhongbai understood it. Then skillfully open the search box and start looking for the resources you need. Perhaps the resources needed by Zhongbai are not precious, so it is easy to search for a lot of sales information. Not only that, but these resources are also abundant and cheap. Zhongbai was overjoyed, and immediately started to make a lot of purchases. Anyway, there are more than 25 billion evolution coins and unlimited storage space. Just buy it. Half an hour later, Zhongbai has purchased all the current resources including the follow-up needs, but only spent 100 million evolution coins. So he started looking for the right equipment. Limited by the material, the horizontal knife, iron wood bow and ox armor he currently uses can only evolve to the highest grade of black iron at most. And unpacking depends on luck, it is better to buy directly. As black iron grade equipment so cheap? Zhongbai was stunned. The 2 pieces of low-grade black iron equipment he had previously auctioned at the auction house were sold for 100,000 and 150,000 respectively. But in the market, even the best black iron equipment cost no more than 20,000 evolution coins at most. This is a chance to make a fortune. Zhongbai held his chin with one hand, thought for a while, and then sent a private message to Cao Wu. In just 1 minute, Cao Wu rushed into the wooden house in the market like a gust of wind. What's your plan to get rich? Cao Wu stared at Zhongbai with burning eyes. The Yanwang tribe wants to build and develop, and now is the time when they are short of money. This, pointing to the display screen in front of him, Zhongbai explained, you should know about the 2 pieces of low-grade black iron equipment that were auctioned by the auction house earlier, right? Cao Wu nodded. I know, a long spear and a set of defensive armor cost 100,000 and 150,000 respectively. Having said that, it stops abruptly. Cao Wu stared at the display screen, his breathing gradually became heavy. On the display screen, the price displayed is exactly the price of the best black iron equipment. Seeing this, Zhongbai smiled slightly, understood. I fully understand. Cao Wu nodded vigorously, his eyes shining brightly. Zhongbai patted him on the shoulder. Now that you understand, let's hurry up. It's best to make a fortune before other tribes set up a market. After speaking, he walked to another display screen and gave Cao Wu the display screen he was using just now. And Cao Wu immediately contacted Lin Guodong and the others to raise money, and he was going to make a big deal. A few minutes later, Zhongbai found that starting from the bronze level, the price of equipment soars like a rocket. Black iron best equipment, at most 20,000 evolution coins. Bronze low-grade equipment can start with at least 100,000 evolution coins. Among them, the most expensive breakthrough is 1 million. As for the silver level above the bronze level, the starting price is 1 million, and the most expensive can reach nearly 10 million. Not to mention the gold level, there are many that exceed 100 million. There are even gold level equipment with a price tag of more than 1 billion. As for the platinum level above the gold level, this level of equipment is basically impossible to buy with evolution coins, because it requires spirit stones to purchase. For this reason, Zhongbai specifically inquired about the exchange price between evolution coin and spirit stones. One low-grade spirit stones needs 1 million evolution coins. As for this, there is still a price but no market, because there are very few people who exchange spirit stones for evolution tokens. Not to mention, there are mid-grade, top-grade, etc. on top of low-grade spirit stones. Zhongbai estimated that his current evolution coins might not be worth as much as a top-grade spirit stones. You know, he has more than 20 billion evolution coins. Looks like spirit stones are the hard currency. Zhongbai sighed, understanding why the resources he purchased before were all in large quantities and at low prices. The things that can be bought with evolution coins in the emotional market are all garbage in the eyes of the aborigines. And this also allowed Zhongbai to see clearly the gap between heaven-designated and aborigines. Take it easy. Zhongbai comforted himself and began to purchase equipment. In the end, he purchased a fine bronze knife, a superb bronze longbow, a set of bronze leather armor, 100,000 bronze arrows. After buying, Zhongbai went outside the house. As for reselling black iron grade equipment, Zhongbai can no longer look down on him. No matter how many evolution coins there are, they are not as valuable as spirit stones. So the evolution coins are enough. Coming out of the wooden house in the market, Zhongbai left the tribe directly and ran to the other side of the canyon. Noon. Zhongbai returned to the other side of the canyon. He finds a place to sit, and while he eats his lunch, he checks out his new purchases. Light Hong Dao enhancement available. Category: Weapons. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Strength: 150. Features: Tear can cause wounds to tear. Wind snake bow enhancement available. Category: Weapons. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Strength: 1000 caddies. Range: 2000 meters. Features: Lightness, the bow becomes lighter and more labor saving when used. Wind snake leather armor enhancement available. Category: Armor. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Protection: 240. Feature: Tenacity protection ability has been slightly enhanced. Wind feather arrow enhancement available. Category: Weapons. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Strength: 150. Features: Armor breaking, it is easier to break through the defense. After reading the descriptions of the 4 items, Zhongbai was a little surprised. With his current strength, it stands to reason that he can at most enhance items to the level of the best bronze. But now, these 4 top-grade bronze items can still be enhancement. Zhongbai vaguely understands why the price of bronze-level equipment is much higher than that of iron-level equipment. Afterwards, he tried to enhance a light red knife. Light Hong Dao +1 enhancement available. Category: Weapons. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Strength: 200. Features: Tear can cause wounds to tear. Killing intent wounds will be eroded by killing intent. The grade has not changed, but the strength has been improved. And there is one more feature. Zhongbai was surprised, and then continued to enhance Light Hong Dao until he couldn't enhance. Light Hong Saber +5. Category: Weapons. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Strength: 400. Features: Tear can cause the wound to tear. Killing intent, the wound will be eroded by the killing intent. Armor break, it is easier to break the defense. 5 evolutions is the limit of the best bronze equipment. Zhongbai was thoughtful and silently wrote down this point. Afterwards, he enhanced a wind snake bow, wind snake leather armor, and a bundle of wind feather arrows to the limit. Wind snake bow +5. Category: Weapons. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Strength: 2000 caddies. Range: 5000 meters. Features: Lightness, the bow body becomes lighter, and it saves effort when using it. Elasticity, the elasticity of the bow string is enhanced, and the same strength, the arrow shoots faster and stronger. Firmness, the bow body is strengthened. Wind snake leather armor +5. Category: Armor. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Protection: 550. Features: Tenacity protection ability has been slightly enhanced. Rebound can automatically rebound some physical attacks. Fireproof can withstand the burning of ordinary flames for a short time. Wind feather arrow +5. Category: Weapons. Grade: Bronze exquisite. Strength: 400. Features: Armor breaking, it is easier to break through the defense. Lightness after shooting, the flying speed is faster. Silent after shooting, the sound made when flying is smaller. Looking at the 3 items behind enhancement, Zhongbai nodded in satisfaction. He put away the 3 items, and then took out more wind feather arrows to start enhancement. In order to avoid running around, he bought 100,000 wind feather arrows in one go. Calculated according to a bundle of 50 arrows, that is 2,000 bundles. Enough for Zhongbai to splurge for a while. That is, enhancement is more troublesome. But sharpening a knife is not a mistake in chopping firewood. Until the evening hours, Zhongbai had just finished enhancing all the wind feather arrows, and he himself was exhausted. Return to the cave where you live. He ate his supper hastily and fell asleep. The next day. Today is the 8th day of heaven designated. When Zhongbai walked out of the cave, it was just dawn. But he didn't feel sleepy. He went to bed too early yesterday. At the foot of the mountain, he took out the Jing Hong saber and began to practice the saber technique. After training in actual combat, he has now truly mastered the saber technique of 100 battles. It's just that his inner strength is not enough, so he can't exert the full power of this technique. After practicing once, Zhang Bai didn't stop and continued to practice. This time, he casts the wyvern movement technique at the same time. But obviously, when the two techniques are used at the same time, his moves are still a little blunt. That's why I have to practice. Potential points can quickly upgrade cultivation technique and techniques to return to origin. However, the coordinated use of cultivation technique and techniques requires heaven designated to familiarize themselves with and master them. It was not until the rising sun that Zhang Bai began to practice innate Daoyan. After practice, then wash up and eat breakfast. Then, start a day of upgrading. Zhang Bai's daily life is so regular and fulfilling. In a blink of an eye, it was noon. Zhang Bai, who was grilling meat, suddenly heard the voice of Heavenly Dao. Heavenly Dao announcement. Congratulations to Heaven Designated, Blood Desolation, of the Blood Desolation Emperor Clan, the second tribe to establish, Blood Desolation, special rewards, evolution coins plus 50,000, luck plus 100, Heavenly Dao treasure chest x1. Puff. Zhang Bai burst out laughing. This reward. It's a lot worse than Sao Wu. Not only is there no exclusive totem reward, but even luck is 10 times less. For Shuikong, Zhang Bai is impressive. Because the first piece of tribal order he auctioned was taken by Shuikong. Another 2 hours later, the Heavenly Dao announcement sounded again, this time for the third heaven designated to found a tribe. Judging from the name of this heaven designated, the tribal order he used as the second piece auctioned by Zhang Bai. Next, the Heavenly Dao announcement that no tribe was established for several days sounded. I don't know if there is no heaven designated establishment, or Heavenly Dao will only notify the first 3 established tribes. 6 days later, today is the 14th day of heaven designated, and the first 9 heavens of the Rise of the Horde event. Ding, congratulations to the host for getting the talent, Flash Class E. Zhang Bai, Ma Dan, is my luck really that bad? The 2 draws are either F level or E level. Why don't you come to AD rank? No complaints. Zhang Bai opened his personal information page and checked the new talent. Push Class E, enhancement possible after locking on to a target, move 5 meters to the target instantly, but cannot pass through any obstacles, and each use needs an interval of 3 seconds. Rubbish. After reading the explanation, Zhang Bai looked disgusted. Not to mention the current him, even the one he was 6 days ago can instantly cross a distance of 5 meters. Especially this talent can't pass through obstacles, and there is a 3-second interval between uses. It's even more rubbish. Record. Your talent, Push E level, successfully broke through the shackles and was promoted to talent, Blink D level. Flickering, level D, focus on yourself, ignore any obstacles, and move 10 meters in any direction instantly, but each time you use it, you need to wait 1 second. This talent is great. Zhang Bai's eyes lit up. Although the moving distance is only 10 meters, it takes 1 second to use it. But Blink talent can move in any direction, and can ignore obstacles. In this way, the practicality and flexibility are greatly increased. In some cases, it can even produce unexpected effects. Zhang Bai was satisfied. Then he got up and walked out of the cave, came to the foot of the mountain, and started his routine morning exercises. Zhang Bai didn't finish his morning exercises until the sun rose high. After washing up, Zhang Bai opened his personal information page while eating breakfast. Zhang Bai, extraordinary. Race, human race. Luck, 12,000. Strength, level 1, level 10, evolution point, 100,000 100,000ths. Attributes, strength, 2,285, agility, 2,285, constitution, 2,285, spirit, 2,285. Inner strength, 3,600 3,600ths. Talent, unlimited enhancement SSS level, balanced growth SSS level, hypervision D level, flashing D level, extreme speed D level. Cultivation technique, innate Daoyan technique special, leather refining chapter, Shaocheng folding wave strength bronze top grade, first layer, return to origin barbaric bear skill black iron low grade, not initiation omitted. Techniques, 6 arrows to break the enemy. Special, Black Iron Ultimate, Return to Origin. Bazon Saber Technique. Black Iron Ultimate, Return to Origin. Yulong Movement Technique. Black Iron High Grade, Return to Origin. Omitted. Evolution Token, 24.995 billion. Attribute Points, 0. Potential Points, 10. The next improvement really can only rely on practice. Looking at his own strength level, Zhongbai sighed softly. 2 days ago, he had already raised his strength to the peak of the first order. It stands to reason that he should have been promoted to the second order realm long ago. However, Heavenly Tao gave a reminder at the moment when Zhongbai filled up his evolution points. Heaven Designated wants to go from the first order breakthrough to the second order. 2 conditions need to be met. First, the strength has been raised to level 1 and level 10. Second, the 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution must reach at least 1,000 points. These 2 conditions were met by Zhongbai at that time. And the reason why he was not promoted was because of what Heavenly Tao said next. Heavenly Tao said that the first order is the realm that casts the foundation, and it is also the foundation of the subsequent realm. In this realm, the higher the 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution are raised, the stronger the foundation is. Only in this way can we go further on the road of evolution in the future. Heavenly Tao also said that the limit of the first order is the 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution, all reaching 10,000 points. At that time, Zhongbai saw that he had not yet broken through 2,000 points of 4-dimensional attributes, so he decisively chose to give up promotion to the second level. The gap between 10,000 points and less than 2,000 points is really big. What Zhongbai pursues is his own strength, so he naturally does not allow himself to be weaker than others. What's more, his innate Daoyan technique hasn't even been refined to return to origin in the skin refining chapter. Close the profile page. Zhongbai opened the activity interface of Tribal Rise again to view the current tribal leaderboard. Only the top 1,000 are included in the list. But so far, there are only 55 tribes on the list. And the tribe that ranked first was the Yanwang tribe. Today is the first 9 heavens of the event, and there are so few tribes on the list, it can only explain one problem. Most of the Heaven Designated haven't gotten their tribal order yet. Zhongbai opened the storage space, looked at the 10 tribal orders inside, and fell into deep thought. This time he was really sure that his ability to issue the tribal order was definitely related to the 12,000 points of luck. Because these 10 tribal orders were all obtained from black iron treasure chests. Only, I don't want to build a tribe, why do you keep giving me this stuff? Zhongbai said it was very painful. After knowing that spirit stones are the hard currency, he is not interested in auctioning tribal orders. After all, no matter how many evolution coins there are, you can't buy really good things. At this stage, Heaven Designated can't produce spirit stones. Besides, Zhongbai itself has more than 20 billion evolution coins that are useless. So he was also very troubled, not knowing how to deal with the 10 tribal orders. After all, this thing will depreciate sooner or later, and it can't be saved forever. Suddenly, Zhongbai thought of a way and immediately sent a private message to Cao Wu. Zhongbai, Lao Cao, are you free? I'm looking for you for a little thing. Soon, Cao Wu wrote back. Cao Wu, old Cao. Cao Wu, what the hell is your name? I strongly suggest changing it. Zhongbai, oh, we are so familiar, don't care about these details. Cao Wu, no, it must be changed. Cao Wu, don't think I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a Cao thief. Zhongbai frowned, took out 10 tribal tokens, took a photo and sent it. Cao Wu, where did you get the tribal order? As much as 10 yuan. Zhongbai, it came out of the treasure chest. Zhongbai, originally, I wanted to give you a few yuan, so that you could take it to the auction house to exchange for some evolution coins. Zhongbai, but now, I suddenly became in a bad mood, so I decided not to give it away. Cao Wu, wait, the little thing you mentioned at the beginning, is this? Zhongbai, guess, after an interval of 5 seconds. Cao Wu, Brother Zhong. No, Lord Zhong, from now on, please be sure to call me Lao Cao. If you don't call it that, I'm in a hurry with you. Puff, ha ha. Seeing Cao Wu's private letter, Zhongbai burst out laughing. After laughing, Zhang Bai mailed the 5 tribal orders. Sao Wu. Received, thank you, Master Zhang. Zhang Bai. I can't bear this title, you should still call me Brother Zhang. Sao Wu. No, you definitely deserve it. From now on, I will call you Lord Zhang. Zhang Bai. As long as you are happy. Zhang Bai. By the way, did officials from other regions contact you? The chat channel has not yet unblocked the communication between regions, but the trading platform is not restricted. Sao Wu. Yes, what's the matter? Zhang Bai. Is there any reliable candidate? I want to send out another 3 yuan with the tribal order in my hand. Sao Wu. Sao Wu. Are you showing off your wealth? Must be. Leave tears of poverty.jpg. You know, the value of the current tribal order is not falling but increasing. At the beginning of the activity, the 2 tribal orders could fetch a sky-high price of more than 20 billion. If you take out a tribal token and put it up for auction now, the transaction price will only be higher. Zhang Bai. I don't want to build a tribe, so it's useless to have so many tribe orders. A series of helpless expressions. Sao Wu. Lord Zhang, please say goodbye to Versailles. God, please accept supernatural power. .jpg. Zhang Bai was speechless, he really wasn't Versailles. Zhang Bai. Don't make trouble, I'm serious. Zhang Bai. Maybe I can issue more tribal orders in the future. Anyway, it's useless for me to hold them. It's better to give them to the country, which is a little bit of my heart. This time, after an interval of about 10 seconds, Sao Wu replied. Sao Wu. As expected of Lord Zhang, the pattern is big. Sao Wu. Leave this matter to me. I will try my best to see if I can contact you elders. Zhang Bai. Cheng, I am waiting for your good news. Sao Wu. By the way, there is a question I've been wanting to ask, is it convenient? Zhang Bai. You want to ask, why can I issue so many tribal orders? Sao Wu. Yes, Sao Wu, but if it involves your secret, it goes without saying. Zhang Bai. It's no secret either. Zhang Bai. Do you still remember the luck rewarded to you by Heavenly Tao? Sao Wu. You don't mean to say that it has something to do with luck. Zhang Bai. According to my speculation and experiment, it should be. Zhang Bai. The higher the luck value, the better the luck, and the easier it is to get good things. Sao Wu. I see. Sao Wu. But I also have 1,000 points of luck, but let alone tribal orders, I only issued a few blueprints and they are all basic level. Zhang Bai. I have 12,000 luck points. Sao Wu. Sao Wu. Hello boss, goodbye boss. After the exchange, Zhang Bai also started a day of hunting. Although he can't improve his strength now, he has activated the hidden mechanism of converting evolution points into potential points again. According to Heavenly Tao, this hidden mechanism is set in every realm. It's just that the higher the realm, the more evolution points are needed to convert it into one potential point. For example, the current Zhang Bai needs 5,000 evolution points to convert into one potential point. At level 10, only 1,000 evolution points can be converted into one potential point. The next day. Today is the 15th day of heaven designated and the 10th day of the Rise of the Horde event. As usual, Zhang Bai is ready to start a day of hunting after finishing his morning exercise. At this time, Heavenly Tao's voice sounded. Announcement. At present, more than half of the heaven designated have entered the ranks of extraordinary, and the barriers between the various novice villages have been officially lifted, and the various novice villages in the same area can communicate with each other from now on. The announcement was broadcast 3 times in a row. Immediately afterwards, another announcement sounded. Announcement. Natural selection, survival of the fittest. No matter when and where, survival is always an eternal topic. Starting today, the regional survival battle officially begins. Explanation 1. The regional survival battle is divided into 3 stages: military disasters, animal disasters, and natural disasters. It is currently the first stage, military disasters. Explanation 2. During the military disaster phase, Heaven Designated will use its own novice village as its camp, and can vote for the village chief of its own novice village, that is, the head of the camp. Explanation 3. The Aborigines in each region will all return, and use their own tribe as their camp to participate in the regional survival battle. Explanation 4. Heaven Designated can obtain corresponding survival points for beheading any target of other camps, including Aboriginal camps. Note 5. Survival points can be exchanged for cultivation techniques, equipment and other items in the survival store. Note 6. The survival leaderboard has been opened, and the ranking is based on survival points. By the end of the current stage, anyone who is on the list will be rewarded with Heavenly Dao. Explanation 7. The duration of the military disaster phase is not fixed. Only when Heaven Designated successfully finds and eliminates the real source of the military disaster, the regional survival war will enter the second phase. After Zhang Bai read the announcement, there was only one thought in his mind. The killing begins. Judging from the 7th note, Heavenly Dao is obviously going to let Heaven Designated fight each other. Not only that, Heaven Designated is also facing the threat of Aborigines. At this time, 2 reminders sounded in Zhang Bai's ears. Reminder: the number 6 novice village you are in has started voting for the election of the village head. You can enter the number 6 chat room to vote. Reminder: congratulations, you have become one of the candidates for the village head of number 6 novice village. Zhang Bai, candidate for mayor. Who the hell pushed him up? Zhang Bai quickly opened the chat channel and clicked into the number 6 chat room. He subconsciously glanced at the upper left corner of the chat room. Number 6 Novice Village, current number, 5105. More than 5,000 people. Zhang Bai couldn't help but let out a sigh. You know, there were 10,000 people in the beginning. It's only been 15 days, and that's nearly half of it. And in the next regional survival battle, I don't know how many people will die. Forget it, let's take care of myself first. Zhang Bai laughed at himself and looked at the votes in the chat room. Looking at it, he almost fell to the ground. On the voting interface, he was the one with the most votes. Not only that, but his number of votes was twice that of Cao Wu, who was ranked second. What's going on? Except for the fact that I showed up and made a move when the Yanwang tribe started the defense battle, I have never appeared in front of other people since then. How can so many people vote for me now? Zhang Bai couldn't understand it, and then decisively sent a private message to ask Cao Wu. Soon, Cao Wu wrote back. Cao Wu, during the previous defense battle, many people broadcasted the live broadcast. At that time, almost all the people in Novice Village on the 6th were watching. Cao Wu, moreover, many people also recorded your battle scenes and spread them widely in the number 6 chat room and regional channels. Cao Wu, you are already famous in number 6 Novice Village and the regional channel in District 168, don't you know? Zhang Bai was stunned. Why didn't he hear any news about such a big event? At this time, Cao Wu sent another private message. Cao Wu, oh, yes. Cao Wu, I forgot, you don't pay much attention to chat rooms and regional channels, no wonder you don't know. So, blame myself. Zhang Bai couldn't complain anymore. Immediately, he remembered the business and quickly sent a private message to Cao Wu. Zhang Bai, I don't want to be a village chief, what can you do? Cao Wu, Master Zhang, I can't help it. Wry smile expression. Cao Wu, voting is a personal choice, I have no right to interfere with others. Cao Wu, besides, once a ballot is cast, it cannot be cancelled or changed. Snapped. Zhang Bai slapped his forehead. Well, it seems that the village head, he is sure. As if to prove it, the reminder sounded again. Reminder: congratulations on your success as the head of number 6 Novice Village. The relevant permissions have been activated for you. Please go to the evolution panel to check it yourself. Zhang Bai accepted his fate, closed the chat channel, and opened the evolution panel. There is a new option above, Village Head Authority. Zhang Bai clicked on the village chief's authority page and began to understand. A few minutes later, after Zhang Bai understood, he was relieved immediately. Fortunately, the village head of Laoshizi doesn't have to shoulder the responsibilities of guarding the village and defending against enemies. There are a few more convenient permissions. For example, you can check the basic information of the novice village in District 168, such as the real-time number of people in the village, what is the highest strength, which country it belongs to, and so on. Another example is that you can downgrade the relationship between your own camp and other camps. According to the explanation given by Heavenly Tao, the relationship between the camps is divided by strangeness. Upwards, there are 2 grades of friendliness and allies, which cannot be adjusted by themselves. Next, there are 2 levels of hostility and blood feud, which can be adjusted actively. Among them, once the blood feud relationship is confirmed, it will not be changed until death. In addition, the village head has 2 extremely important powers: surrender and ally, but these 2 permissions can only be used between novice villages, not for aboriginals. Such as surrender. A novice village can surrender to another novice village, but not to a native tribe. Chat room 6. Village announcement. The village chief, Zhang Bai, appointed Sao Wu as the deputy village chief to be in charge of all aspects of number 6 novice village. As soon as this announcement came out, the chat room was instantly quiet. At this time, Zhang Bai sent a sentence to the chat room. Thank you for your kindness, but I don't like to be in charge, and I don't like to chat, so I don't pay much attention to chat rooms and regional channels on weekdays. If you have anything to do in the future, just ask Sao Wu directly. As soon as these words came out, the chat room boiled instantly. The boss Zhang Bai has appeared. What's the big guy? This is the village chief. Master village chief, is there a pendant on your leg? Master village chief, is there a shortage of warm beds? They are light and soft and easy to knock down, and they can change their voice. Everyone, let our village chief take a look at the table. I'll come first and welcome the village chief to the chat room. Welcome the village chief to the chat room. Welcome. Zhang Bai hastily exited the chat room. He obviously didn't do anything, yet he was treated like this. It really made him a little ashamed. Now that the barriers between the villages have been lifted, let's explore today. It can also be regarded as exploring the way for number 6 novice village. Zhang Bai muttered to himself and looked towards the mountain road not far away. Before that, he was on the other side of that mountain road and touched an invisible barrier. I don't know if it is lifted now. The end of the mountain road. Zhang Bai stretched out his hand tentatively, but he didn't encounter any obstacles. It seems that the outside of the mountain road is not other areas, but the boundaries of other novice villages. Knowing this, Zhang Bai immediately walked out of the mountain path. In front of the mountain road is a deep dense forest. As he got closer, Zhang Bai could even smell the decaying smell coming from the forest. This is the smell of rotting dead branches and leaves. Suddenly, a record popped up. Record. Because you explored the dark forest, all the maps of District 168 have been unlocked. Zhang Bai was taken aback for a moment, and then opened the real-time map. On the real-time map, a large area was lit up. This area is Area 168. The places outside the area are still in darkness. Zhang Bai checked and found that only the topography of the whole area can be seen on the regional map. The location of other novice villages, or the location of the tribes of the Aborigines, etc., are not marked. However, the places Zhang Bai has been marked in detail. For example, the location of number 6 novice village and the location of Yanwang tribe. Zhang Bai saw that number 6 novice village is located on the edge of District 168. In front of the village is a dense forest, and further ahead is the Grand Canyon. Going forward, you will find the Mirkwood, which covers the largest area in the map of Area 168. It can be said that the entire District 168 is centered around Mirkwood. Turn off live maps. Zhang Bai turned around and walked towards Wangdong. He didn't enter the dark forest, but walked along the edge of the forest. He guessed that other novice villages were probably located outside Mirkwood as well. Why such a guess? Because the dark and dense Lin Ming is obviously a higher level map, there must be a large number of powerful beasts living inside. Since it is a novice village, it is impossible to place it in other advanced maps as soon as it comes up. In addition, Area 168 is centered on Mirkwood. Therefore, the location of each novice village should be in the outer area of the Mirk Forest. After an hour, Zhang Bai was hiding on a giant tree, looking at a small tribe 100 meters ahead. In that tribe, there lived a group of humanoid creatures. They have green skin, short stature, pointed ears and long ears, and the overall appearance is ugly. This is Goblin. Zhang Bai was surprised. The images of the group of humanoid creatures are exactly the same as the common goblins in online games. These goblins should be natives, right? Looking at their clothing, housing, tools, etc., it seems that their civilization level is not high, and life is a bit difficult. Or is it true for all aborigines? Zhang Bai squeezed his chin with one hand, analyzing to himself. It is rumored that goblins will treat the human race as food. I wonder if it is true. If it is true, then Zhang Bai doesn't mind exterminating this goblin tribe. Anyway, in his perception, there is no extraordinary in this tribe. For him, such a tribe can be easily destroyed. Suddenly, there was a burst of cheers. Zhang Bai followed the prestige to look, and his eyes fixed immediately. They saw more than a dozen goblins wearing animal skins and holding weapons, carrying some prey into the tribe. It's not hard to see that the dozen or so goblins should be the tribe's hunters. It's just that among their prey, there are actually 2 tied-up human children. It seems that the rumors are true. Zhang Bai's face was ice-cold, and killing intent surged in his eyes. He took out the iron and wood bow in one hand, stood on the giant tree like this, and attacked the tribe from 100 meters away. With 4 arrows in a row, the 4 goblins carrying the human children were shot and killed almost simultaneously. Zhang Bai also saw the record brush out. Record. Kill Goblin Warrior Level 8 x4, Survival Points plus 320. At the same time, sudden changes also caused chaos in the entire goblin tribe. Zhang Bai didn't stop, and once again used the rapid-fire arrow to kill those goblins at an extremely fast speed. Every arrow shot out will definitely pierce the head of a goblin, no matter men, women or children. These green-skinned creatures actually treat human children as food. So in Zhang Bai's heart, they no difference from those ferocious beasts. A few minutes later, goblin corpses were everywhere in the tribe, and bright red blood flowed on the ground. Holding an iron and wooden bow, Zhang Bai walked lightly into the tribe. With a spiritual attribute as high as 2,285 points, his perception is enough to cover the entire tribe. He stood at the gate of the tribe, locked the remaining goblins in the tribe with his perception, and shot them to death one by one. It's useless even if they hide in thatched huts. Because of the +4 ironwood arrows, even stone walls can easily penetrate. After clearing all goblins, as soon as Zhang Bai came in front of the 2 human children, the reminder sounded. Reminder. As the first heaven designated to destroy the aboriginal tribe, you have triggered the Heavenly Dao notification. Do you want to hide basic information? Hide. Zhang Bai made a choice without even thinking about it. Heavenly Dao announcement. Terran Heaven designated, XXX, the first to destroy an aboriginal tribe, special reward, small teleportation array blueprint special X1, luck plus 10,000, Heavenly Dao treasure chest X1. As usual, 3 times. Zhang Bai didn't bother to pay attention to the reactions of the other heaven designated, and went straight to check the 2 children. To breathe and to be alive. But in a coma. Zhang Bai untied the hemp ropes on the 2 of them, took one in each hand, and left quickly. Not long after he left, the smell of blood in the tribe attracted many beasts. By a small river, Zhang Bai woke up the 2 children by splashing water on them. Big brother, did you save us? The little girl among them was not afraid at all. She looked at Zhang Bai with big eyes and asked. The little boy had a timid expression on his face, and kept hiding behind the little girl. Zhang Bai smiled and nodded. Yes, it's me. Do you remember which direction home is? I'll take you home. The evolution panel has a translation function, which can automatically perform 2-way translation, so you don't have to worry about communication problems. The direction. The little girl glanced around and shook her head in distress. Big brother, I've never been here before, so I can't recognize the direction. After a pause, she added, but Dad said, if I get lost outside, I should walk in the direction of the rising sun, so that I can go home. Orient. Zhang Bai understood, and then he picked up a child in one hand and walked towards the east. It went like this for more than 10 minutes. Suddenly, Zhang Bai stopped and looked ahead vigilantly. He sensed a first-order aura, and more than a dozen half-step extraordinary auras, approaching him. At this time, a shout came from the front. When the little girl heard it, she was pleasantly surprised. It's Dad's voice. Zhang Bai's heart moved. he quickly hugged the two children and ran towards the direction of the sound. "Dad, I'm here." As they approached, the little girl also called out loudly. Even the little boy had a look of surprise on his face. "This is Hunyu's voice. Brother Big Niu, it's that direction." Soon, more than a dozen strong men wearing animal leather armor and holding different weapons appeared in front of Zhang Bai. After checking the information, Zhang Bai found that all of the dozen or so strong men were half-step extraordinary. In particular, the strong man in the lead has already entered the ranks of extraordinary, and his strength has reached level 1 and level 2. This strong man is more than 2 meters tall and holds a huge stone axe. After seeing the two children in Zhang Bai's arms, he couldn't help shouting. "Tiger Girl, Piggy, Zhang Bai, what kind of ghost names are these?" Just when Zhang Bai complained silently, the eyes of the leading strong man became sharp. "Who are you? You stole my child." Just as Zhang Bai was about to speak, the little girl Hunyu explained first. "Abba, no, we were captured by goblins, and it was the big brother who saved us." Hearing this, Zhang Bai put the two children on the ground and took 2 steps back with his hands raised, expressing that he had no malice. It took some time, and the leading strong man figured out the ins and outs of the matter. He felt relieved, walked up to Zhang Bai, and apologized. "Sorry, little brother, I misunderstood you. I am Lin Daniu from the Jing Hong tribe. Thank you for saving my 2 children. If you don't mind, you might as well come to our tribe and let me express my apologies." Zhang Bai hesitated for a moment and agreed. He also wanted to see what the tribe of the Aborigines was like. Afterwards, he followed the group of strong men all the way back to the Jing Hong tribe. About an hour later, the group arrived at the Jing Hong tribe. To Zhang Bai's amazement, the Jing Hong tribe was even bigger than the Yanwang tribe, and the construction was better. Not to mention other things, the Jing Hong tribe's defensive wall is only built with stones. There are also houses in the tribe, all of which are stone houses. In addition, the tribe's fortifications are relatively complete. At a glance, sentry towers, arrow towers, and city towers are all available. Zhang Bai checked the information and found that the sentry tower has an automatic warning function. There is also an arrow tower, which is similar to the 2 arrow towers of the Yanwang tribe, and also has the ability to shoot automatically. Zhang Bai felt that his brain was not enough. It stands to reason that it is absolutely impossible for the Aborigines to build such a building. This is only the heaven designated who established the tribe can rely on the corresponding drawings to build this kind of building in their own tribe. This is the privilege of heaven designated. However, Zhang Bai also found that those sentry towers and arrow towers seemed to have been built for a long time. Not only is it old, but there are obvious signs of repair. Brother Zhang, ah! Zhang Bai woke up startled, and looked at Lin Daniu blankly. Lin Daniu asked suspiciously, "What are you looking at? I called you several times and didn't hear." "Oh, I'm looking at those sentry towers and arrow towers," Zhang Bai explained with some embarrassment. Lin Daniu looked strange. "Your tribe should have those special buildings, right? Is it necessary to look so engrossed?" These words made Zhang Bai startled. He asked curiously, "Uncle Big Niu, do you know the special features of those sentry towers and arrow towers?" "Of course I know." Lin Daniu took it for granted. "Not only I know, everyone in the tribe knows that our tribe can survive until now, thanks to those special buildings." Zhang Bai followed the words and asked, "Did you build those buildings yourself?" "No, it was left by the first-generation leader of our tribe." Lin Daniu shook his head. "The first-generation leader, the founder of Jing Hong tribe." Zhang Bai frowned, and a guess appeared in his heart. But this guess was too appalling, and he subconsciously stopped thinking about it. At this time, Lin Daniu bumped Zhang Bai with his arm and motioned forward. Zhang Bai looked up and saw an old man with white hair and beard walking towards this side with a walking stick. Lin Daniu introduced in a low voice, "Brother Zhang, this is the priest of our tribe, and his status is still higher than mine." Hearing this, Zhang Bai was a little surprised. On the way back, he already knew that Lin Daniu was the current leader of the Jing Hong tribe. He is also the captain of the tribe's hunting team and the only extraordinary warrior of the tribe. In addition, Zhang Bai also felt a slight threat from the old priest. But judging from the aura of this old priest, he has not stepped into the ranks of extraordinary. At this time, the old priest came to Zhang Bai. He looked at Zhang Bai, and the first sentence he spoke surprised Zhang Bai. "Young man, are you the new batch of heaven designated?" Zhang Bai's pupils shrank, and he looked at the old priest in shock. And Lin Daniu next to him had an even more shocked expression than Zhang Bai. "Brother Zhang, you are actually heaven designated. You know about heaven designated." Zhang Bai looked at Lin Daniu, then at the old priest, and his curiosity was about to break through the sky. "Big cow." The old priest stopped Lin Daniu, who was about to speak, and then looked at Zhang Bai. "This is not a place to talk, please follow me." In a flash of thought, Zhang Bai nodded. Later, under the leadership of the old priest, Zhang Bai came to a stone house. This should be the home of the old priest. The old priest took out some dried meat and wild fruits and poured 2 more bowls of water before inviting Zhang Bai to sit down. After taking a seat, the old priest apologized. "It is not easy for the tribe to survive. If there is a place where the hospitality is not good, please bear with it." "You speak too seriously." Zhang Bai quickly waved his hand to show that he didn't care. The old priest smiled. "You must really want to know at this moment, how did I guess your identity, and how did I know heaven designated?" Zhang Bai nodded silently, waiting for the old priest's next words. The old priest continued. "When you looked at those sentry towers and arrow towers before, I guessed it. Just now, your expression confirmed my guess. As for where did I know about heaven designated?" After a pause, the old priest said surprisingly, "Actually, you are not the first batch of heaven designated to come to this world. The ancestor of our Jing Hong tribe, that is, the first generation leader of the Jing Hong tribe, is a heaven designated just like you." "What?" Zhang Bai was shaken all over, and the appalling guess from before flooded into his mind again. "It seems that you have already guessed in your heart." The old priest saw through Zhang Bai's thoughts, stroked his beard and said with a smile, "As you guessed, there are more than one batch of heaven designated who came to this world, it's just that there are first and last, our ancestors are the heaven designated before you." Zhang Bai took a tight breath. "How do you say, the aborigines in this world are actually the tribes left over from the heaven designated in front? That's not very clear to me." The old priest shook his head and sighed softly. "For me, this world is too vast. Even when I was young, I couldn't get out of the dark forest due to my lack of strength." Speaking of this, the old priest changed his tone. "However, all the human tribes I have seen or known should be the same as the Jing Hong tribe, and their ancestors are all failed heaven designated." "Failure?" Zhang Bai blinked, a little confused. The old priest nodded, and his tone became somber. "When I was young, I read the manuscripts left by our ancestors, which recorded some deeds of our ancestors. According to the manuscripts, the ancestors seem to have lost in a crucial battle, resulting in being trapped in this world, and in the codex, the ancestors left the words, 'We are all losers,' and vaguely mentioned that before him, there are several batches of heaven designated descended. Quote, 'Fight, lose, get trapped.' These words connected in series reminded Zhang Bai of one word, elimination. Natural selection, survival of the fittest. This is what Heavenly Tao said from the very beginning. Combined with the words of the old priest, Zhang Bai came up with a guess in his heart. The cave world is just a bigger novice village. If heaven designated wants to leave the cave world, he must go through a battle to win the qualifications or places. If you succeed, you will be able to go to a wider world. If you fail, you can only die in the cave world. So, is heaven designated just a GU worm after all? Single quote. The so-called path of evolution, the so-called struggle of all beings. Is it just a way to cultivate powerful enough GU worms? Single quote. Zhang Bai suddenly felt a sense of sadness in his heart. Maybe Heavenly Tao really wants to save all living beings and fight against eternal silence. That's why this evolution game was created, to give all beings a chance. But it is an indisputable fact that Heavenly Tao treats all beings as GU worms. That's why Zhang Bai felt sad. He is both for himself and for the other beings who are also chosen as heaven designated. In the end, it's still the weak are prey to the strong are respected. Single quote. Weakness is the original sin. Single quote. Thinking of this, a strong unwillingness suddenly surged in Zhang Bai's heart. Ants can also shake the sky. Single quote. Even Heavenly Tao can't manipulate my fate at will. Single quote. Zhang Bai roared angrily in his heart, engraving eternal promises and eternal beliefs in his heart. For a long time, only then did Zhang Bai calm down the turbulent emotions. During this period, the old priest remained silent. The old priest didn't speak until he saw Zhang Bai calm down. Most of what I know about heaven designated comes from the handwriting left by my ancestors. So I don't know what you are carrying, what you are going through, and what kind of mission you have. But for the sake of saving Daniel's 2 children, I have a piece of advice for you. Zhang Bai immediately sat upright. Please tell me, Junior is all ears. At that moment, I saw sadness, unwillingness and anger on your face. It's not good. No matter what you want to do in the future, the first thing you have to learn is to hide and forbear. Unless you have enough strength, you must not expose your own purpose. Otherwise, not only will you be robbed, but it will also bring disaster to the people around you. Do you understand? Hearing the words of the old priest, Zhang Bai was shocked. After a while, he nodded seriously. Thank you for your teaching, Junior will definitely remember it in his heart. It's not teaching, it's just some life experience of my old man. Speaking of this, the old priest sighed. Individuals or tribes who survive in this world and don't know how to hide and endure have all turned into dry bones. Zhang Bai was silent. Suddenly, he thought of something. Old priest, do you know about regional survival warfare? Of course I know. The old priest nodded. Zhang Bai was surprised. How do you know? What do you think? What does my tribal priest do? The old priest did not answer the question. Zhang Bai was taken aback. Aren't you in charge of various sacrifices in the tribe? That's just one of them. The old priest shook his head and explained, besides, another important duty of the tribal priest is to receive and convey the Heavenly Tao Edict. Heavenly Tao Edict. After Zhang Bai thought for a while, he thought of the Heavenly Tao announcement. So Heavenly Tao used this method to inform the Aborigines of some things. Thinking of this, Zhang Bai asked, do you know the specific rules of the regional survival battle? There was a moment of silence. The old priest asked back, you want to know whether Heavenly Tao will give us rewards after our Aborigines kill heaven designated? Hearing this, Zhang Bai's heart tightened. The old priest's question was no less than a disguised admission that he knew the specific rules of the regional survival battle. Not a good thing for heaven designated. Thinking of this, Zhang Bai nodded and said frankly, yes, because according to the rules, if we heaven designated kill any target of other factions, we will get certain rewards, including the camp of the Aborigines. When he said the last sentence, Zhang Bai was ready to activate the speed talent at any time. Sure enough, Heavenly Tao is ruthless. The old priest looked up to the sky with a sigh of emotion, and then looked at Zhang Bai. It is a good thing to be vigilant, but you are too sensitive, take it easy, I am not your enemy. Zhang Bai smiled awkwardly, his face softened a little, but he was still on guard secretly. The old priest saw it in his eyes and didn't pierce it, continuing to say, I don't know what your heaven-designated rewards are, but I think it will be of great benefit to you. Although Heavenly Tao is ruthless, he is righteous, so the rewards given to us will not be bad. Zhang Bai frowned. Although the old priest didn't disclose the specific reward content, the 3 words, not bad, are enough to explain everything. This means that the Aborigines are likely to take the initiative to attack heaven designated. It seems that the regional survival battle is far more cruel than I thought. Single quote. Zhang Bai secretly sighed in his heart, and then solemnly thanked the old priest. The information he got from the old priest was very useful, allowing him in number 6 novice village to prepare in advance. To a certain extent, it can reduce the loss of number 6 novice village. You child, there is no need to be so polite. The old priest waved his hand and said with a smile, you saved the 2 children of Daniel, and that is the benefactor of our tribe. It's just a little information, if it can help you. Zhang Bai shook his head. It should, because the information you disclosed is very important to me. Speaking of this, he suddenly thought of something and asked, Old priest, I want to represent my camp to establish diplomatic relations with the Jing Hong tribe, what do you want? Establish diplomatic relations. The old priest was taken aback for a moment, then fell into deep thought. Zhang Bai didn't bother, just waited quietly. In fact, what he wants to do more is to form an alliance with the Jing Hong tribe in one step. But the point is, he doesn't have the authority to raise the relationship with other camps. So he had to settle for the next best thing and start with the establishment of diplomatic relations. First, change the relationship between the two parties from strange to friendly. When the time is right and the conditions are met, form an alliance. And this is also the process stipulated by Heavenly Tao. After a while, the old priest said, "The establishment of diplomatic relations is very common among our aborigines. But with heaven designated, even I have never heard of it. What's more, the current situation is unknown, so before I'm not sure about the danger, I won't gamble with the lives and future of the people of the Jing Hong tribe." This is tantamount to rejection. Zhang Bai was a little disappointed, but he could understand. He bowed slightly and apologized. "It's because Junior didn't think well, please forgive me, Senior." "It doesn't matter." The old priest shook his head, expressing his indifference. Afterwards, Zhang Bai changed the subject and asked the old priest about other matters. For example, what other human tribes or alien tribes are near the Jing Hong tribe? For example, what things are most lacking in the aboriginal tribes? For example, are there any other tribes in Mirkwood? Wait, that sort of thing. The old priest obviously also understood that Zhang Bai was asking for information. Therefore, the old priest's answer was also very particular, and he only said some information that had nothing to do with the Jing Hong tribe, or unimportant information. After having lunch in Jing Hong tribe, Zhang Bai took his leave. Based on the information he got from the old priest, he rushed to a nearby Goblin tribe. Speed all the way. About 10 minutes later, Zhang Bai came outside a valley. It can be seen that the small valley entrance is blocked by several rows of wooden fences. Behind the wooden fence, there are more than a dozen goblin warriors stationed. Yes, there is a goblin tribe hiding in the valley. According to the old priest, the population and strength of this goblin tribe is stronger than that of the Jing Hong tribe. If the Jing Hong tribe and several nearby human tribes hadn't jointly suppressed it, this goblin tribe would have dominated the area where the Jing Hong tribe was located. And Zhang Bai came here just to see if he could destroy this goblin tribe. In this way, it can not only collect survival points, but also help several human tribes in this area get rid of a big enemy. But, how should I fight? After Zhang Bai observed the environment around the valley, he found that the only way to go was to attack by force. What? From the mountain to the top of the valley? Zhang Bai also thought about it, but the mountains in this world are too high. Even if he had a way to go up, he wouldn't be able to reach it in range. Then attack. Anyway, there is an extremely fast talent, so if you can't beat it, run away. Thinking of this, Zhang Bai immediately became confident. Because speed talent can increase his agility tenfold for 5 minutes. Coupled with the role of balanced growth talent, it means that within 5 minutes, Zhang Bai's 4-dimensional attribute will be temporarily increased tenfold. His current 4-dimensional attribute is 2285, and if it is increased 10 times, it will be 22,850. This is already twice the limit attribute of the first order. Escape is absolutely no problem. Zhang Bai opened the storage space, checked the arrow reserves inside, and then took out the +5 wind snake bow. The iron wood bow is only the best black iron, but the wind snake bow is the best bronze. Facing a goblin tribe that was stronger than the Jing Hong tribe, Zhang Bai naturally did not dare to be careless, so he had to use the more powerful wind snake bow. Taking a deep breath, Zhang Bai shot towards the entrance of the valley like lightning. At the same time, he pulled the wind snake bow, and iron and wood arrows flew out. In less than 10 seconds, all the goblins at the entrance of the valley fell to the ground, without even a chance to warn. And Zhang Bai also rushed to the entrance of the valley. He bypassed the wooden fence, expanded his perception to the maximum range, and walked lightly into the valley. Next, hunting time, open. An hour later, the deepest part of the valley. A goblin with bulging muscles and a height of more than 2 meters fell to the ground with an expression of unwillingness. This tall, muscular goblin is the leader of the goblin tribe and the strongest extraordinary warrior of the tribe. Its strength has reached level 1 and level 3, higher than Lin Danyu's first level. Also, this goblin boss has the upgraded Dage warrior bloodline. It can become more than 2 meters tall, and its muscles bulge. It is because of the use of the power of bloodline. Fortunately, Zhang Bai turned on the super speed talent in time, otherwise he almost capsized in the gutter. Of course, the rewards are also huge. Before Zhang Bai wiped out that small goblin tribe, he got more than 13,000 survival points. This goblin tribe has a larger population and is stronger. Therefore, the survival points collected by Zhang Bai this time directly broke through 40,000 points. Next, is to clean the battlefield. Zhang Bai will not let go of anything of any value. Anyway, his storage space has unlimited capacity, so don't worry about having no place to put it. After that, they can be recycled to the evolution store in a unified way. Suddenly, Zhang Bai stopped and looked towards a cave on the left. The entrance to the cave was blocked by boulders. But Zhang Bai sensed that there was life in the cave. Without thinking too much, he walked over and moved the boulder away. Immediately, a foul smell rushed over. Zhang Bai didn't hold on for a second, and with a wow, he threw up on the spot. It took him a while to recover. Then he held his breath and walked into the cave. Soon, the scene in the cave unfolded before Zhang Bai's eyes. Everything he could see made his eyes tear open. There are cages built in the cave, all of which hold human women. Some of these human women are even underage girls. Without exception, they were ragged, disheveled, covered in dirt like beggars. And their eyes were full of panic, and they could still see bright red welts on their bodies. Seeing this scene, Zhang Bai was furious. But what angered him the most was the dozen or so human women bound to wooden stakes in an open space outside the cage. These bound human women's bodies are covered with old and new scars, and their eyes are numb and empty. If they weren't still breathing weakly, they would almost look like corpses. Clearly, they have all been subjected to inhuman abuse and bullying. And the time is not short. For a long time, Zhang Bai silently opened the evolution panel, clicked on the page of the village chief's authority, found the option of relationship adjustment on it, and clicked in. In the relationship adjustment interface, there are two categories, Aboriginal and Heaven Designated. Among them, the Heaven Designated category lists various novice villages, and their relationships are all displayed as unfamiliar. In the category of Aboriginal people, it is subdivided into two subcategories, race and tribe. In the race subcategory, there are currently only human race and goblin race, and the relationship is also displayed as strange. Among the tribe subcategories, there is only the Jing Hong tribe, and the relationship is shown as friendly. Zhang Bai speculates that only Aboriginal tribes or races that he or other Heaven Designated in number 6 novice village have had face-to-face contact with will appear in the category of Aboriginal people. Click on the relationship adjustment box of the Goblin Lin Yi clan, drop down Zhang Bai directly to the bottom, and select the relationship of blood feud. Reminder: once the blood feud relationship is confirmed, it cannot be changed. Are you sure? Sure. Reminder: the relationship between number 6 novice village and the Goblin Yi clan has been downgraded to blood feud. Then, the village announcement sounded. Village announcement. The village chief, Zhang Bai, has listed the Goblin Yi clan as a blood feud. For Heaven Designated in number 6 novice village, if any goblin is killed, the survival points obtained will be doubled. Hearing the village announcement 3 times in a row, Zhang Bai wanted to vomit blood. It's just cheating. Labor and management have wiped out 2 goblin tribes, and you told me that the survival points can be doubled. At this time, Cao Wu sent a private message. Cao Wu, Master Zhang, what's the matter? Why did they suddenly list the Goblin Yi clan as a blood feud? In this regard, Zhang Bai used the recording function of the chat channel to record a section of the scene in the cave and sent it to Cao Wu. After a while, Cao Wu sent another private message. Cao Wu, got it. Cao Wu, don't worry, Lord Zhang, I will come forward to explain the other Heaven Designated. Zhang Bai, I'm sorry. Zhang Bai, I still have something to do here. In the evening, I have something important to tell you. Cao Wu, okay, let's talk tonight. Turn off private messages. Zhang Bai took out the Jing Hong knife and walked towards the cages. This goblin tribe didn't even have iron weapons, and the lock on the prison door was naturally not an iron chain, but a thick hemp rope tied with a big wooden root. The hemp rope is tied to the prison door, and the big wooden root is stuck horizontally on the wall, so that the prison door can be locked. Don't be afraid, I'm here to save you. I killed all the goblins outside, come out quickly. Every time Zhang Bai opened a cage, he had to repeat the above words. But even so, the women hesitated for a long while before gradually coming out of the cage. It can be seen that they have long been frightened by the brutal methods of the goblins. Afterwards, Zhang Bai asked some women to put down the dozen or so women on the stake. Only then did he lead them out of the cave. Come outside the cave. Looking at the dead goblins all over the floor, the women finally believed Zhang Bai's words. Suddenly, cries resounded throughout the valley. It was as if she wanted to cry out all the grievances and humiliations in her heart. Those women sat, stood, or squatted among the goblin corpses all over the ground, crying for more than an hour before they gradually stopped. At this time, Zhang Bai distributed the food, water and clothes purchased in advance to the women one by one. You guys take a break first, eat something, and recover your strength. I'll take you home later. After Zhang Bai finished speaking, he continued to search in the valley. About half an hour later, Zhang Bai searched the entire valley and returned to the group of women, but saw more than 20 women lying in a pool of blood. He asked other women and learned that these 20 or so women had been bullied by goblins. Among them were the dozen or so women who were tied to wooden stakes before. So after confirming that all the goblins in the valley had been killed by Zhang Bai, they committed suicide. Zhang Bai fell silent. Then he found a place, dug a big hole, and buried the women who committed suicide side by side. And used a piece of wood to set up a tablet without words in front of their tombs. At this time, a woman came out from the crowd. She bravely said to Zhang Bai, "Benefactor, before those sisters died, they asked us to bring you a message." "Explain." They said, "Thank you for helping them to avenge today's grace, and in the next life." After listening, Zhang Bai sighed softly and remained silent. For a while, Zhang Bai turned to look at the rest of the women, and said softly, "Let's go, I'll take you home." After the words fell, he should go out of the valley first. After those women glanced at the big earthen tomb, they all followed. Outside the valley, after Zhang Bai made some inquiries, he suddenly found himself in trouble. These women either don't know the location of their tribe, or their tribe has long been wiped out by goblins. Therefore, Zhang Bai also had a big head for a while. At this moment, the woman from before walked out again. She said, "Senpai, even if our tribe is still there, we can't go back." "Well, why is that?" Zhang Bai frowned, a little puzzled. The woman smiled wryly and said, "We are all captured by goblins." Zhang Bai was startled, and suddenly thought of the dozen or so women who were tied to the wooden stakes before. Immediately, he understood. Yes, those human tribes probably already knew the behavior of the Goblin Yi tribe. And the time it took for these women to be taken captive is probably not short. Even if they haven't had time to suffer from goblins, will the people in their tribe believe it? Most likely not. In this way, what will they face when they return to their own tribe? Rejection and criticism from clansmen and even family members, various strange looks and so on. And these are likely to accompany them for life. Living like this is better than dying. Thinking of this, Zhang Bai felt his head hurt even more. Suddenly, he thought of a person and quickly opened the chat channel. Zhang Bai, Lao Sao, do the Yanwang tribe still need residents? I have a group of Aboriginal women here, and I want to send them to you. Soon, Sao Wu wrote back. Sao Wu, is it the woman imprisoned in that cave? Zhang Bai, yes, their situation is a bit special. Later, Zhang Bai told Sao Wu the reason. After listening, Sao Wu, okay, send it over here, I want it. Zhang Bai, Cheng, wait for me to ask their opinions. So Zhang Bai told the women that there were tribal reasons for accepting them, and asked them if they would like to go. They were pleasantly surprised, and after repeated confirmation with Zhang Bai, they all expressed their willingness to go. Zhang Bai finally breathed a sigh of relief. After he returned a private message to Sao Wu, he set off with the group of women. Chapter 31. It was not until it was completely dark that Zhang Bai and his group arrived at the Yanwang tribe. No way, those women are from the common. He was locked in a cage for a long time, and was abused by goblins. It would be nice to arrive before dark. And Sao Wu, who got the news in advance, had already brought Tang Ling and Yang Zhaozhao to wait at the gate of the tribe. After seeing Zhang Bai's group of people, Sao Wu immediately asked Tang Ling and Yang Zhaozhao to take the group of women into the tribe to settle down. Master Zhang, this is you. Cao Wu gave Zhang Bai a thumbs up, with a look of respect on his face. Zhang Bai waved his hand. I believe that if you meet, you will not stand idly by. That is. Cao Wu smiled as a matter of course, and put his arm around Zhang Bai's shoulder. Go in and have a rest, and tell me about what you saw today. All the way into the Yanwang tribe. Zhang Bai looked around and found that the Yanwang tribe had undergone major changes. The population has increased, and the territory has also expanded. Even the houses have been changed from wooden houses to stone houses. There are also some new buildings. At this time, Cao Wu asked, like offering a treasure, Master Zhang, how is it? Is this speed of development acceptable? It's okay. Zhang Bai nodded casually. If he had never seen the Jing Hong tribe, he might have been surprised a little bit. Now, that's it. Cao Wu's face collapsed. Master Zhang, you should give me a surprised expression. I am very shocked by your calm face. Zhang Bai rolled his eyes, too lazy to care about this stuff. Regarding this, Cao Wu shrugged and didn't care. Not long, the two came to an antique courtyard. Seeing the astonishment on Zhang Bai's face, Cao Wu introduced it proudly. This is an ancient Longguo courtyard built by hand, without any blueprints. How about it? Zhang Bai sighed, patted Cao Wu on the shoulder, and said earnestly. Old Cao, you have only been the leader for a few days, and now you are enjoying it. The Yanwang tribe has just started, you can't fall so quickly. Cao Wu's face twitched, and he said quietly, Master Zhang, this is a residence specially built for you. If you feel that it is inappropriate, then, demolish it. Zhang Bai, Zhang Bai, Zhang Bai. This is so embarrassing. Well, I think this courtyard is pretty good, let's keep it for now. Zhang Bai let out a ha-ha, and walked quickly into the courtyard as if fleeing. Cao Wu burst out laughing mercilessly. In the courtyard, in the gazebo. Zhang Bai and Cao Wu sat at the stone table, eating barbecue and drinking wine. At the same time, Zhang Bai also shared all the news he had heard from the Jing Hong tribe, including the fact that they weren't the first heaven designated. After listening, Cao Wu was silent, beer after bottle after bottle. Clearly he was not at peace. He is not stupid, he can naturally think of things that Zhang Bai can think of. A long time, Cao Wu asked hoarsely, Master Zhang, what do you think? What can I think? Zhang Bai spread his hands and laughed at himself. You can't fight if you fight, you can't escape if you run away. If that's the case, then try to live on. There is an old saying that life has hope. Ha! After speaking, he raised his head and drank the beer in his hand, then picked up a bottle of white wine and opened it, signaling to Cao Wu. When a man dies, a bird turns to the sky, and if he dies 10,000 years. What are you thinking so much about? Come on, drink. Cao Wu heard the words and nodded vigorously. Okay, if you have wine today, you will be drunk today. Drink. ... The next day. Today is the 16th day of heaven designated. The 11th day of the Rise of the Tribes event was launched, and the second day of the regional survival battle. In the courtyard, when Zhang Bai woke up, he felt heavy on his body. When he opened his eyes, he saw a big face in front of him. Immediately frightened, he threw the owner of the face away as soon as he exerted his strength. Boom! Ah! Hearing Cao Wu's cry came from outside the pavilion, Zhang Bai suddenly reacted. It seems that he was drinking with Cao Wu in the gazebo last night. Master Zhang, you murdered. Hearing Cao Wu's mournful and indignant voice, Zhang Bai stuck out his tongue, got up and went out to check the situation. Fortunately, the outside of the gazebo is thick grass. In addition, Cao Wu's strength is not low, so it's okay. But Cao Wu didn't want to let it go, so he took Zhang Bai to the martial arts field to practice. Zhang Bai couldn't resist, so he went. At this time, the sun was rising high, and there were already many heaven-designated practicing in the martial arts arena in the Yanwang tribe. Because the martial arts field has special effects, it can speed up the practice of techniques, thus saving a lot of potential points. However, upon hearing that Zhang Bai was going to compete with Cao Wu, those heaven-designated immediately gave up their positions and retreated to the outside of the martial arts arena to watch the excitement. Not only that, they also called friends. There are even guys who directly broadcast live. Enter the martial arts arena and start the learning mode. This mode will temporarily pull the four-dimensional attributes of both parties to the same level. The person with the low 4-dimensional attribute is used as the standard. You don't choose a weapon. Looking at Cao Wu, who was unarmed, Zhang Bai couldn't help asking. Cao Wu waved his fist and said to himself, my weapon is my fists. Sure, then I don't need a weapon either, so as not to say that I bully you. Zhang Bai put the wooden knife back on the weapon rack. The technique I learned is boxing, are you sure you don't use weapons? Cao Wu kindly reminded me. Zhang Bai looked indifferent. It's okay, although I haven't learned boxing skills, I can also use sword skills with bare hands. This is the truth. He has comprehended the Bazon saber technique to the level of unity of form and spirit. It can also be used without a knife. That is, the power will be greatly reduced. That's what you said. Be careful, I'm coming. After a reminder, Cao Wu immediately stepped forward and punched Yellow Dragon. Zhang Bai put his hands behind his back, and with a movement of his footsteps, he avoided it gracefully. Seeing this, Cao Wu punched like the wind, and his fists rained down on Zhang Bai. Zhang Bai's footsteps moved together, his whole body became light, and he dodged the attacking fists one by one, looking extremely chic. Good. As expected of a boss, even dodging is so handsome. The village chief is mighty. Ah, the village chief is so handsome. Master Village Chief, I love you. The surrounding heaven designated cheered loudly, and some nympho girls even screamed. After attacking for several minutes, Cao Wu couldn't even touch the corner of Zhang Bai's clothes, so he became anxious. He immediately used the provocative method. Master Zhang, don't keep hiding. If you are a man, come head to head. Are you sure? Zhang Bai looked at Cao Wu with a strange expression. These days, there are still people who want to be beaten. Cao Wu raised his chin. Why, don't you dare. Zhang Bai shook his head silently, his speed suddenly increased, and he came to Cao Wu in an instant. His right hand became a saber, and he chopped straight at Cao Wu's head. Cao Wu's pupils shrank, and he subconsciously moved his arms forward. Boom! The knife slashed on Cao Wu's arms, and a powerful force exploded, causing him to slide back 3 meters. How can this be? Cao Wu looked at Zhang Bai in amazement. You know, the 4-dimensional attributes of the two are the same at this moment. But how could Zhang Bai's attack explode with such a powerful force? During the battle, you still dare to be distracted. Zhang Bai's voice suddenly sounded from Cao Wu's left. Cao Wu's face changed, he didn't even think about it, his head shrank, and he rolled like a lazy donkey. Swish! An incomparably sharp sound of wind almost brushed against his scalp. He got up quickly and looked at Zhang Bai's right hand in horror. At that moment, he felt as if he was facing a real knife. Not only him, but the surrounding heaven designated also felt it. That incomparably fierce power was like Zhang Bai's right hand turning into an incomparably sharp blade at that moment. The next scene was completely reversed. Before Cao Wu attacked, Zhang Bai kept dodging. Now it is Zhang Bai attacking, Cao Wu is dodging. It's just that compared to Zhang Bai, Cao Wu is much more embarrassed. It can be called a scurry. Stop, I admit defeat. Cao Wu yelled, and Zhang Bai's knife stopped suddenly. At this moment, the hand knife is only 1 centimeter away from Cao Wu's nose. Old Cao, you need to practice more. Zhang Bai withdrew his hand, his tone was calm, and his breath was gentle. As if it wasn't him who did it just now. On the other hand, Cao Wu, panting like a cow, sweating profusely, he looked like he was exhausted. Compare the two. The heaven-designated onlookers looked at Zhang Bai as if they were looking at a fairy. Sure enough, a boss is a boss. Awesome. Breaking sound. Cao Wu heaved a sigh of relief and came to Zhang Bai. Master Zhang, you are wrong. Both of us are at the same level of 4-dimensional attributes now. It stands to reason that the gap between us shouldn't be so big, right? Regarding this, Zhang Bai didn't talk nonsense, he clenched his fist with his right hand, and punched out of thin air. Boom! An explosion erupted out of thin air, and then with Zhang Bai's fist as the center, a circle of white air quickly spread in the air. This scene not only stunned Cao Wu, but also those heaven-designated onlookers. After recovering, Cao Wu looked at Zhang Bai frantically. How did you manage to blow up your punches? Didn't you understand this? Zhang Bai sighed, looked up at the heaven designated outside the field, and asked loudly, among you, is there anyone who understands? Hearing this, Heaven Designated shook their heads in unison. Zhang Bai was speechless. Good guy. It's all this time, yet no one has seen the shape and spirit of the technique. Okay, it's rare to have a chance, let me tell you about it. Zhang Bai shrugged, cleared his throat, and began to talk about the shape and spirit of the technique. After he finished speaking, all the Heaven Designated present were lost in thought. 10 minutes later, Zhang Bai said again, only by combining form and spirit can one truly master a technique, and in this way can the true power of the technique be exerted, and even stronger power. And if you want to fully unleash the power of a technique, you need the support of your own strength. Here I have to talk about cultivation technique. Hearing this, all Heaven Designated immediately raised their ears. I guess, you should all regard cultivation technique as a way or means to improve the four-dimensional attributes, right? Hearing Zhang Bai's words, all the Heaven Designated nodded subconsciously and showed puzzled eyes. As if to say, what's wrong with that? You're right, but not entirely right. Zhang Bai nodded first, then shook his head. Then, he explained, cultivation technique is not only used to improve the four-dimensional attributes, but also to help you better and more thoroughly grasp your own strength. This is Zhang Bai's insights and conclusions from the innate Daoyan technique. This is similar to the shape and spirit of the technique. In the same way, using potential points to improve cultivation technique, although it can quickly improve the strength, but it can't let you fully grasp this strength. In this way, it is natural that this strength cannot be fully exerted. And the battle between me and Cao Wu just now is a living example. I can display 100% or even 200% of my strength, but Cao Wu can only display 50% or 60% of it. Comparing the two, Cao Wu is naturally far behind me. Hearing this, Cao Wu suddenly realized. The same goes for other Heaven Designated. Immediately, Cao Wu asked, Master Zhang, what should we do to fully grasp our own strength? It's the same as techniques, just spend time practicing it yourself. Zhang Bai glanced at everyone, his face became serious. Everyone, there is no shortcut to cultivation, even if we can rely on the evolution panel to quickly increase the level of cultivation technique and techniques, but that is false after all. Just like a paper tiger, it looks scary, but in fact it will break with one poke. Only by fully using this strength for one's own use can one truly possess this strength. I hope you will keep this in mind. Quote. Hearing this, Cao Wuchang bowed to Zhang Bai cupped hands, and said respectfully, Thank you Zhang Bai for your guidance. Thank you Zhang Yi for your advice. Other Heaven Designated followed suit. Zhang Bai returned the gift with cupped hands all around. I would like to encourage you all and work together to open up a bright future that belongs to us. After saying that, he signaled to Cao Wu and walked outside the martial arts arena. Cao Wu hurriedly followed. Back to the courtyard. When Zhang Bai came to the gazebo, he found that the wine bottles had been cleaned up. Just when he was wondering, a footstep came. He followed the prestige, but it was a mature woman with astonishing appearance. Master Zhang, you are back. Hearing the woman's voice, Zhang Bai was stunned. It's you. This voice was exactly the woman who spoke to him twice among the group of women he rescued yesterday. He never thought that after washing the woman, she was still a beautiful woman. The woman came to Zhang Bai, smiled and said, Master Zhang, my name is Yuzhao. From today onwards, I will live in a side room in the yard, and I will be responsible for guarding and cleaning your yard, as well as your daily necessities. If there is anything to do in the future, just tell me. Zhang Bai, what you said, it seems that I am some kind of ancient young master. Scratching his head, Zhang Bai considered his words and said, well, I can take good care of own, without worrying. Before he finished speaking, Yuzhao turned into a look on the verge of tears. Master Zhang, do you dislike me? No, how could I dislike you? Zhang Bai waved his hands repeatedly. Yuzhao choked up and asked, then why did you drive me away? I didn't drive you away. Zhang Bai became anxious, and quickly explained, I mean, I don't need a photo. No, I'm not used to it. It doesn't seem right either. Oh, how do you say that? Seeing Zhang Bai scratching his ears and cheeks, Yuzhao let out a bark and laughed. Zhang Bai was taken aback when he saw the appearance of pear blossoms with rain. Yu Zhaochao blushed and lowered her head shyly. Zhang Bai also woke up with a start, his face felt hot. Well, if you want to stay, stay. I have something to do with Lao Sao, let's go first. When the words fell, Zhang Bai rushed out of the gazebo as if fleeing, and ran out of the courtyard. Looking at Zhang Bai's back, Yu Zhao covered her mouth and smiled. Sure enough, as Tang Elder and Yang Elder said, Lord Zhang is a very good man. The other side, in the stone house where Cao Wu lived. At this moment, Cao Wu, Lin Guodong, Luo Feng, Tang Ling, and Yang Zhaozhao are all here. Seeing Zhang Bai come in, Tang Ling joked, Master Zhang, how does it feel to be served by a beauty? Zhang Bai's eyes were fixed. You got Yu Zhao from me. Hey, this has nothing to do with me. Tang Ling hurriedly dismissed it. Yang Zhaozhao followed closely and said, it has nothing to do with me. Why, didn't she go voluntarily? Zhang Bai was very angry. He did not forget that it was Tang and Yang who were in charge of arranging the group of women last night. But at the next moment, Tang Ling and Yang Zhaozhao said in unison. That's right, she went there voluntarily. Zhang Bai raised his eyebrows. You think I'm a 3-year-old child, is it easy to deceive? Hearing this, Tang Ling immediately stretched out her hand to Yang Zhaozhao, proudly saying. Let me just say, Master Zhang will definitely not believe it. You lose, give the money quickly. Yang Zhaozhao glanced at Zhang Bai resentfully, then took out a stack of evolution coins and put them in Tang Ling's hands. By the way, evolution coins can be realized at any time. Now, not only Zhang Bai was dumbfounded, but so were Cao Wu, Lin Guodong, and Luo Feng. Tang Ling put away the evolution coins and said with a smile, let me explain. Didn't Master Zhang rescue a group of girls yesterday? I didn't have time to arrange work for them last night, so Zhao Zhao and I planned to arrange for them early this morning, one time. Unexpectedly, after they learned that Master Zhang is the guest elder of our tribe, they all expressed their desire to go to Master Zhang, serve him and take care of him, in order to repay his life-saving grace. Zhao Zhao and I naturally couldn't agree, but they insisted. For a while, Zhao Zhao and I also felt a big headache. At this moment, Yu Zhao stood up. She said that Zhang Yi didn't need so many people around him, so she could go on behalf of everyone. After discussing this proposal, the other women agreed. That's how it is. Quote, after hearing the ins and outs, Zhang Bai sighed softly. In fact, they don't have to be like this. I saved them just by hand, and I didn't expect them to repay. Regarding this, Cao Wu and the 5 of them all laughed without saying a word. Shaking his head, Zhang Bai got down to business. Old Cao, how is your contact going? What he was referring to was that Cao Wu said yesterday that he would try to contact the elders of Dragon Kingdom. I was going to tell you. Cao Wu straightened his face, and said, I have already contacted you elders, and learned that you elders have already contacted many high-level personnel, and now they are gradually reorganizing the leadership. After a pause, Cao Wu added, in addition, after communicating with all the elders, I found out that we are actually in the number 666 cave world, but in different areas. Oh, Zhang Bai frowned, and habitually squeezed his chin with one hand. Looking at it this way, it is very likely that all the humans in Blue Star were thrown into World 666. Cao Wu nodded. This possibility is extremely high, and the elders have another guess. Through analysis, they speculate that no. 666 Dongtian world may be the former Blue Star. What are you talking about? This world is Blue Star. Zhang Bai's eyes widened with shock. The same is true for the 4 of Lin Guodong. Cao Wu spread his hands. It's just one of the speculations, and there is another speculation, that is, Blue Star was integrated into the number 666 cave world by Heavenly Tao. So, it's possible that Blue Star is really gone. Zhang Bai frowned. Lin Guodong sighed. If this gets out, I'm afraid many people will fall into despair. So these things, let's talk about them here, and don't spread them outside. Cao Wu warned everyone, then changed the subject. By the way, Lord Zhang, I have also communicated with the elders about what you said before. For this, they asked me to thank you, and said that when the motherland is re-established, I will definitely let you go. I will personally honor you with merit. It's too much to say, it's just a matter of raising your hands. Zhang Bai waved his hand, and then took out 3 tribal orders and threw them to Cao Wu. For the time being, these 3 yuan will be released, and I will mail them to you directly when they are released. Okay. Cao Wu nodded and put away the tribal order. Zhang Bai stood up, ready to leave. Suddenly, he remembered something and took out a blueprint from the storage space. Old Sao, this is the blueprint I got yesterday, see if you can make it out. Sao Wu took a look and exclaimed, the blueprint of the small teleportation array. The four of Lin Guodong were taken aback for a moment, and then looked at Zhang Bai in unison. Luo Feng said thoughtfully, I remember this blueprint, it seems to be one of the rewards in Heavenly Dao's announcement yesterday, right? So Heaven Designated, the human race who triggered the Heavenly Dao announcement many times before and kept his name hidden, is really Zhang Yi. After Tang Ling finished speaking, she looked at Zhang Bai with shocked eyes. The five of them had already guessed about this. But speculation is speculation, and now it is confirmed as another matter. Heavenly Dao announcement, nothing serious. That's it, I'll go first, and contact me by private message. Zhang Bai waved his hand, turned and walked out. After coming out of Sao Wu's residence, Zhang Bai hesitated, but went back to his own courtyard. He materialized 10 million evolution coins and handed them to Yu Zhao, and told her that he was going out for a while. Just let her buy what she needs at the trade market. The trade market is an internal trading place established by the Yanwang tribe, which is exclusively for tribal residents and heaven-designated members to trade with each other. Of course, heaven-designated who are not members of the Yanwang tribe can also trade in the trade market. The currency used for transactions is evolution coin. After arranging Yu Zhao, Zhang Bai left the courtyard and came to the tribe's market. After Zhang Bai replenished a large number of Fengyu arrows, he left the Yanwang tribe and rushed to the other side of the Grand Canyon. On the way, Zhang Bai also saw that on the prairie, there were many more heaven-designated teaming up to hunt beasts. Today, this leveling point has already become the resident leveling point of No. 6 Novice Village. The Yanwang tribe has become a sub-village of No. 6 Novice Village. Because the Grand Canyon is a bit far from No. 6 Novice Village, many heaven-designated are too lazy to run back and forth, so they use the Yanwang tribe as a place for supplies and rest. Hurry all the way, before the exit of the mountain road at the other end of the Grand Canyon. Zhang Bai looked at the east side and pondered for a moment, then turned and walked west. He walked east yesterday, so let's explore west today. 3 hours later. Maiden, is there a mountain nest to the west? How come all the way is a mountain? Zhang Bai stood at the foot of the mountain, looking at the high mountain in front of him cursingly. It would be fine if they were all mountains. The point is that these mountains are still connected together, and there is not even a mountain road on the ground that can pass through. If you want to move forward, you can only walk over mountains and mountains. This is very painful. If only I could fly. It's really not good, a flying mount is fine. Zhang Bai was walking up the mountain while daydreaming. Fortunately, his four-dimensional attribute is not low, even if the mountain road is difficult, his speed is not slow. After more than 10 minutes, Zhang Bai came to the saddle between the two hills, looked up and looked ahead. With just one glance, he had the urge to turn around and go back. Wow, there are endless hills ahead. Suddenly, Zhang Bai stared at a huge mountain depression on the left. How can there be a village in that place? Could it be? Zhang Bai's heart skipped a beat, and he climbed up a huge boulder to activate the hypervision talent. In an instant, his sight distance was greatly improved. Everything in that mountain depression was also pulled into view at this moment. It really is Heaven Designated's novice village. Zhang Bai looked at those familiar stone houses with surprise on his face. He didn't expect to meet other novice villages here. After some observation, Zhang Bai identified the novice village, which is the number 4 novice village. Because he saw many Heaven Designated in the village, all wearing clothes with strong Sakura country style. And in District 168, only Heaven Designated of number 4 novice village is from Sakura country. Little devils have always been insidious, cunning, despicable and shameless. If you don't kill them now, it will definitely bring big trouble to novice village number 6 in the future. Zhang Bai pinched his chin with one hand, lost in thought. If you don't meet it, that's all. Now that you have encountered it, you must deal with this trouble in advance. This is Zhang Bai's style and habit of doing things. Only, is there any way to take number 4 novice village in one pot? Zhang Bai pondered for a while, and finally came up with 2 solutions. 1. Poisoning. 2. Lead the herd of beasts to attack the number 4 novice village, and use the beasts to kill people. Although Zhang Bai is not good at pill refining or dispensing medicines, he has obtained a complete set of medicinal herbs before, so he knows all kinds of poisonous medicinal herbs. Poisoning is totally fine. As for attracting the herd of beasts, it is even simpler. Pull monsters with bows and arrows, and run away in the super speed talent. However, wouldn't it be a little inhumane for me to do this? Zhang Bai suddenly hesitated. Goblins are another race, and they behave worse than animals. Therefore, there is no burden on Zhang Bai's destruction. But no matter what, the heaven designated in number 4 Novice Village are all blue star humans. After struggling for a while, Zhang Bai simply sent a private message to Cao Wu. Zhang Bai, Lao Cao, would it be too inhumane if I slaughtered the Novice Village in Sakura country? In just 3 seconds, Cao Wu replied. Cao Wu, have you found the Novice Village of the Little Devil? Where? Zhang Bai, can you answer my question first? Angry expression. Cao Wu, what is humanity? That is the moral standard that people set for themselves. Cao Wu, think back to what the little devils have done. Do they have so-called morality? Zhang Bai, no. Cao Wu, then it's over. Cao Wu, they don't even have human morality, which means they are not even human. Cao Wu, it's just killing a group of animals. Do we need to talk about humanity? Zhang Bai, got it. Cao Wu, that's right, don't have any burdens in your heart. Cao Wu, if you can really do it, you can not only honor your ancestors, but also rank first in the family tree. Be a national hero. Zhang Bai, wait for my good news. Turning off the private message, Zhang Bai's eyes became firm. Although Cao Wu's words are suspected of brainwashing, they are not wrong. Little devils, your end is coming. Zhang Bai smiled sinisterly, turned around and jumped off the boulder. The top of a hill. This is too many crimes, so it was targeted by Heavenly Tao. Standing in the shade of a large rock, Zhang Bai looked down at the call where number 4 Novice Village was located. His expression became strange. He hadn't noticed it in the distance before. Now come to take a closer look. Only then did he realize that this mountain depression was actually a Jedi. The call as a whole looks like a huge bowl. Its bottom is flat, like the bottom of a bowl. Surrounded by hundreds of meters high and smooth mountain walls, they all bulge from the inside out, looking exactly like the bowl wall. It is this peculiarly shaped mountain wall that turns into a circle of natural barriers. Completely isolate the interior of the call from the outside world. How unlucky is this to be placed in such a place by Heavenly Tao? That's why Zhang Bai wondered if the people of Sakura country were being targeted by Heavenly Tao. Of course, the heaven designated of number 4 Novice Village did not sit still. No, they are working together to dig the mountain wall. Judging by the posture, it is estimated that they want to dig a tunnel to the outside world. And this also shows from the side that there should be no heaven designated in number 4 Novice Village, and the awakened talent who can leave the mountain. At this time, Zhang Bai suddenly remembered something and said to himself. No wonder the basic information of number 4 Novice Village shows that heaven designated, which is the most powerful in the village, is only level 5. Emotions are trapped here, there is no way to upgrade. The area at the bottom of the mountain depression is limited, and there may not be many beasts inside. Plus each novice village starts with 10,000 people. Zhang Bai estimated that there might be quite a few heaven designated in number 4 Novice Village, and they are still level 0 up to now. No wonder it's the 16th day, and these guys haven't been able to dig through the tunnel. If the heaven designated of number 4 Novice Village are all at level 5 or above, a mere tunnel might be dug through in a few days. But, since I have discovered it, then stay in the call forever. The corner of Zhang Bai's mouth curved into a cold arc. Due to environmental reasons, it is not feasible to borrow animals to kill people. That can only be poisoned. Just now, the medicinal herbs that Zhang Bai asked Cao Wu to buy at the market have already been mailed. These medicinal herbs are recorded in the Medicinal Herbs Encyclopedia, with highly toxic medicinal herbs. After closing Hyperview Talent, Zhang Bai bought a pair of rubber gloves from the evolution shop and put them on. Then I bought a copper cup. This is a tool used by Chinese medicine to pound medicine. Finally, he took out the poisonous medicinal herbs that Cao Wu had sent by post, and began to squeeze the poison out of the copper cup. 20 minutes later, Zhang Bai looked at the glass bottle of Coke in his hand and nodded in satisfaction. The Coke in the glass bottle has been poured out by him. Now it contains the mixed venom he just squeezed out. Yes, mix. Although Zhang Bai obtained the knowledge of the complete collection of medicinal herbs, he was limited to identifying medicinal herbs. Of course he wouldn't know how to dispense medicine. Therefore, he directly mixed the venom of those poisonous medicinal herbs together. As for toxicity, at first, Zhang Bai was going to be bottled in plastic. But just one drop of the mixed venom dropped, and a big hole was instantly corroded in the plastic bottle. Suddenly, 3 records appeared one after another. Record: congratulations on successfully formulating a new type of mixed poison, please name it. Record: you have obtained the profession of pharmacist and become a novice pharmacist. Record: your personal information has been updated, please check it yourself. Profession: novice pharmacist. Zhang Bai was stunned. How did he start his career and become a novice pharmacist just by making a few poisons? At this time, the reminder sounded. Reminder: as the first heaven designated to get a job, you have triggered the Heavenly Tao notification. Do you want to hide basic information? Zhang Bai woke up with a start, and decided to hide. Heavenly Tao announcement. Human heaven designated, XXX, the first to obtain a job, special rewards, compendium of pharmacology, X1, luck plus 10,000, Heavenly Tao treasure chest X1. As usual 3 times in a row. As soon as the announcement was made, Cao Wu sent a private message. Cao Wu, Lord Zhang, did you trigger the Heavenly Tao notification? Zhang Bai, yes. Cao Wu, what kind of job did you get? Zhang Bai, pharmacist. Cao Wu, pharmacist, what is this occupation for? Selling medicine. Zhang Bai, believe it or not, I don't know what this pharmacist does. Cao Wu, at this time, the Heavenly Tao announcement sounded. Announcement: because Heaven Designated has successfully obtained a career, the career mechanism is now officially open. Explanation 1. Every Heaven Designated has their own hobbies and specialties, and the existence of the career mechanism is to give Heaven Designated more choices. Explanation 2. Division of labor and cooperation, each performing its duties, can make a tribe develop faster and better. Therefore, the residents summoned from the tribe are also eligible to obtain the own occupation. Explanation 3. Heaven Designated can use potential points to quickly upgrade their career level, but tribal residents cannot. Explanation 4. Different professions have different potentials. For example, pharmacist can advance to pill refiner in the future, but lumberjack has no potential to advance. Explanation 5. Whether you are a Heaven Designated or a tribal resident, you need to meet 2 basic conditions if you want to obtain a certain occupation. 1. Have certain knowledge or experience of the occupation, for example, the knowledge of medicinal herbs for the pharmacist occupation, logging experience in the lumberjack profession. 2. Independently produce the same finished product related to this occupation, or complete the work related to this occupation. For example, the occupation of pharmacist needs to independently and successfully produce a medicine or liquid medicine including poison and venom. The lumberjack occupation requires you to cut down a certain number of trees yourself. Seeing the 5th explanation, Zhang Bai finally understood how he activated his profession. Because he had obtained the knowledge of the medicinal herbs encyclopedia before, so after making a few mixed poisons this time, it just happened to meet the conditions by mistake. It seems that professional knowledge and experience are the key. Zhang Bai soon realized that the key to activating his career was the key. What? Why in the tribe of Heaven Designated, those summoned residents work every day, but fail to activate their occupations? Don't worry, the career mechanism is mainly for Heaven Designated. Before Heaven Designated activated the occupation mechanism, how could those tribal residents obtain occupations first? Then, here comes the problem. How does Heaven Designated get professional knowledge or experience? There is no explanation given in the Heavenly Tao announcement, which is obviously to let Heaven Designated figure it out on its own. For occupations such as lumberjacks, it's good to say that they only need to repeat work to continuously accumulate professional experience, and sooner or later they will be able to activate related occupations. It can be similar to a profession like a pharmacist, but it requires relevant professional knowledge. Zhang Bai pondered for a moment, opened the evolution store and searched, but couldn't find any professional-related knowledge books. Then, he opened the survival store, but also failed to find occupation-related knowledge books. At this time, a flash of inspiration flashed in Zhang Bai's mind, and he suddenly thought of a possibility. Could it be the Aborigines? Where does knowledge come from? Isn't it just what the predecessors have accumulated and extracted from the experience after accumulating a lot of experience in practice? The Aborigines have lived in this world for so long, so they must have a lot of professional knowledge. In addition, there is another way to gain professional knowledge, which should be opening treasure chests. After Zhang Bai sorted it out, he sent his speculation to Cao Wu in a private message. Soon, Cao Wu wrote back, "Cao Wu, Lord Zhang is Lord Zhang, and he analyzed the dry goods so quickly. Zhang Bai, I just have a little more contact with things than you, so I can easily guess it. Cao Wu, that's also Master Yang's ability. Zhang Bai, okay, stop flattering me, remember to release the information just now, and let other heaven designated in the village know. Cao Wu, okay. Zhang Bai, by the way, the blueprint of the small teleportation array I gave you cannot be made. Cao Wu, how do you know? Zhang Bai, I didn't know it before, but after the career mechanism was activated, I guessed it. Zhang Bai, I guess that things should require a corresponding profession to make it, such as a mage, a craftsman, and the like. Cao Wu, understood, I will pay more attention to talents in this area. Zhang Bai, okay, let's not talk for now, I have something else to do. After closing the private message, Zhang Bai opened the personal information page, and saw that there was a new column on it. Occupation, Pharmacist Novice. View information. Pharmacist enhancement available. Category, Occupation. Level, Novice 0-100. Explanation. This is a profession that can identify medicinal herbs, be familiar with medicinal properties, pharmacology, and master medical skills. It is expected to advance to a pill refining doctor in the future. Professions can also be enhancement. Zhang Bai was stunned, and immediately became interested. He opens the infinite enhancement talent to enhance the pharmacist profession. Record. Your profession, Pharmacist Novice, has been successfully promoted to profession, Pharmacy Primary. In an instant, a large amount of knowledge and experience of a pharmacist poured directly into Zhang Bai's mind. After he received it, he not only understood the role of the pharmacist profession, but also raised his professional level to primary. But most importantly, successfully saved 100 potential points. Zhang Bai was delighted. He glanced at the primary pharmacist, and found that the enhancement can still be continued, so naturally he must continue. Record. Your profession, primary, has been successfully promoted to a profession, intermediate. Record. Your profession, intermediate, has been successfully upgraded to a profession, advanced. Record. Your profession, pharmacist advanced, successfully promoted to profession, pharmacist top level. Reminder. You are not strong enough to continue enhancement. For a long time, only then did Zhang Bai digest the knowledge and experience poured into his mind, and he let out a sigh of relief. This wave of indoctrination is too large. If his spiritual attribute is not high enough, he will probably be knocked out by the shock. However, the results are gratifying. Without spending any potential points, he successfully promoted the pharmacist profession to the top level. This makes Zhang Bai very satisfied. Afterwards, he looked at the glass bottle containing the mixed venom in his hand, and silently opened the evolution store. I didn't feel it before, but now I have gained the knowledge and experience of a top pharmacist. Zhang Bai immediately felt that the preparation of this mixed venom was too rough. And this mixed venom looks terrible, but in fact, the toxicity is really not bad. Therefore, Zhang Bai will purify and refine the poison. Let its toxicity be completely released, and take it to the next level. This point, the previous Zhang Bai definitely couldn't do it. But now it's easy. In a blink of an eye, it was evening. Zhang Bai was also woken up by the alarm clock. The alarm clock was bought from the evolution store. After sleeping all afternoon, he is now full of energy. Put away the alarm clock and come to the edge of the cliff. Zhang Bai turned on the supervision talent and looked into the mountain depression. It was getting dark. The heaven designated in number 4 novice village have worked hard all day, and are preparing to call it a day and go back to the village to rest. Zhang Bai turned off the supervision talent, waited until it was completely dark, and then jumped off the cliff. With his current four-dimensional attributes, he could already see things in the dark. It wasn't until he was 10 meters away from the ground that he activated the blink talent, and instantly moved to the ground. He also breathed a sigh of relief when he landed safely. Then he let go of his senses and quietly moved towards number 4 Novice Village. The journey was safe and sound. Zhang Bai soon arrived outside number 4 Novice Village. He hid in a big tree, using the lush canopy to cover his figure, watching and waiting quietly. Time passed by every minute and every second. Zhang Bai is like the most patient hunter, always hiding in the big tree motionless. It was not until the dead of night that he quietly came down from the tree and floated into number 4 Novice Village like a ghost. Go all the way to the spring pool in the center of the village. Zhang Bai took out the purified and refined poison, carefully put it into the spring water, and then floated away. The whole process takes less than 2 minutes. After coming out of number 4 Novice Village, Zhang Bai came to the edge of the mountain depression, found a suitable big tree to climb up, lay down on a thick branch, and began to close his eyes and meditate. Next, just wait for dawn. The poison was treated by Zhang Bai in a special way, and it took about 7 or 8 hours to dissolve into the spring water. By then, the heaven designated of the number 4 Novice Village should have woken up and washed. Even if they don't get up, Zhang Bai has a way to get them up. And that spring pool is the only water source in the call. Therefore, as long as the heaven designated in number 4 Novice Village use water, they will definitely be poisoned. And Zhang Bai tried it himself. After heaven designated is poisoned, he will not be reminded by the evolution panel. Just like after an injury, the evolution panel will not remind heaven designated. The next day. Today is the 17th day of heaven designated, the 12th day of the Rise of the Tribes event, and the 3rd day of the regional survival battle. Just after dawn, Zhang Bai on the tree opened his eyes. In fact, he didn't sleep all night, just closed his eyes and rested his mind. After counting the time, he opened the evolution panel and entered the village chief's permission page. Then adjust the relationship of number 4 Novice Village to Blood Feud. The village announcement rang in the ears of the heaven designated in the number 6 Novice Village and number 4 Novice Village at the same time. 2 heaven designated from the Novice Village woke up from their sleep. Except for Cao Wu, who vaguely guessed what was going on, everyone else was stunned. At this time, Zhang Bai had already come to a big tree outside number 4 Novice Village. After waiting for a while, he saw the heaven designated in the number 4 Novice Village, cursing and walking out of the house, gathering towards the spring pool. Watching those heaven designated, batch after batch with water. Zhang Bai laughed silently. However, if nothing else, it happened by accident. Everyone, water is poisonous, don't use it. A shout rang out, even Zhang Bai outside the village heard it. And with the automatic translation function of the evolution panel, he understood it. He frowned, and looked at the heaven designated who was shouting a warning. She is actually a level 0 woman. Zhang Bai was a little surprised, but his eyes turned cold. He has been watching and counting, and he has the authority of the village head to check the real-time number of people in number 4 Novice Village. So he can be sure that 99% of number 4 Novice Village is heaven designated. They have all been poisoned by water, but the toxicity has not yet occurred. The remaining heaven designated who have not had time to use water are at most dozens of people. The big deal is to kill it yourself. Thinking of this, Zhang Bai also quietly took out the wind snake bow, ready to strike at any time. At this time, in number 4 Novice Village, those heaven designated looked at her in astonishment after hearing the woman's words. At this time, a majestic middle-aged man stood up. He stared at the woman and asked seriously, "Yazi, are you sure the water is poisonous?" "Certainly." Yazi nodded quickly and explained, "Mr. Matsushita, my awakened talent can tell whether a certain target is poisonous, including food, water, etc., and it also includes people." Speaking of this, her tone became more serious. "I can see that everyone who used the water just now has been poisoned." Hearing this, not only the middle-aged man named Matsushita changed his face greatly. The same goes for the other heaven designated around. But soon, heaven designated questioned, if we have been poisoned, why didn't the evolution panel remind us? The evolution panel won't alert this. Yazzie shook his head and gave an example. It's like the evolution panel won't remind us after we are injured. The questioning heaven designated wanted to say something, but couldn't find a reason to refute it. But the other heaven designated who had used water were completely flustered at the moment. Yazzie, since you can see that we are poisoned, can you detoxify us? Yes, Yazzie, please help us. Yazzie, help us. Hearing the pleas from all around, Yazzie was flustered. Although I can see that you are poisoned, but I don't know how to detoxify it. But those heaven designated obviously didn't believe it and kept asking. Suddenly, a scream sounded. Everyone followed the prestige, and saw a man lying on the ground with a purple face, twitching all over his body, foaming from his mouth. In just 3 seconds, the man remained silent. Seeing this scene, the other heaven designated immediately understood what was going on. Hula, she gathered around Yazzie, begging anxiously. Yazzie, help me, I don't want to die. Help me, Yazzie, please. Some short-tempered heaven designated even began to curse and threaten. At this moment, another heaven designated screamed and fell to the ground. And this seemed to be the same as the beginning, and the surrounding heaven designated began to scream and fall to the ground one after another. The small portion of heaven designated who still had time to wash up was so frightened that they turned to the spring water immediately. At the same time, Zhongbai's evolution panel also kept showing kill records. Almost 3 minutes later, Zhongbai's kill record just stopped popping up. At this time, there are only dozens of heaven designated still alive in number 4 Novice Village. Zhongbai, who was hiding in the big tree, looked at the surviving heaven designated, and silently raised the wind snake bow in his hand. Shoot arrows fast. Full fire rate. Swipe. A bunch of +4 ironwood arrows shot out, accurately piercing through each living heaven designated. In the blink of an eye, half of dozens of people fell down. The remaining half reacted and found a cover in time to avoid it. Seeing this, Zhongbai jumped down from the big tree, and used the movement technique of Yulong to rush towards the village. He locked on the remaining half of the survivors with his perception, and kept pulling the bowstring with his right hand, killing them one by one. Not long after, all survivors fell to the ground. Reminder: as the first heaven designated to destroy a novice village, you have triggered the Heavenly Dao notification. Do you want to hide basic information? Hide. Heavenly Dao announcement. Human race heaven designated, XXX, the first to destroy a novice village, special rewards, Pure Heart Curse, X1, Luck plus 50,000, Heavenly Dao Treasure Chest X1. As usual 3 times, looking at the rewarded luck and the Heavenly Dao Treasure Chest, Zhongbai looked surprised. The Heavenly Dao notifications he triggers are not too rare. But only this time rewards the most luck in Heavenly Dao chests. At this moment, the area announcement sounded. Regional announcement. Number 6 Novice Village successfully destroyed number 4 Novice Village. Special rewards for all number 6 Novice Villages heaven designated. Evolution coins plus 100,000, survival points plus 10,000, regional treasure chest X1. As usual 3 times. The difference is that this channel can only be heard by heaven designated in area 168. Zhongbai was stunned for several seconds before he could react. Because it was the first time he heard the regional announcement. Didi. A notification sounded for an incoming private message. Zhongbai opened it and saw that it was from Sao Wu. Sao Wu. Master Zhong, you triggered the 2 announcements just now, right? You made it. Zhongbai. Yes. Sao Wu. Great. Sao Wu. Lord Zhong, can I tell the other heaven designated in the village about this? After pondering for a while, Zhongbai replied, yes. Sao Wu. Okay, I'm going to tell everyone the good news. Turn off private messages. Zhongbai retracted the wind snake bow, turned and left. As for the poison in the spring water, it doesn't matter. The spring water is running water, and the toxicity in it will be diluted in a short time. This is also the reason why Zhongbai deliberately controlled the time for the poison to melt into the spring water. Come to the mountain wall. Zhongbai took out the Jing Hong saber, and then cast blinking talent, instantly moving up 10 meters. When he was falling, he immediately inserted the Jing Hong Dao into the mountain wall to stop his fall. 1 second later, the interval of flashing the talent passed, and he used the talent again to move up. That's all. A few minutes later, Zhongbai returned to the cliff from the bottom of the depression. He found a downwind and shady spot and checked the harvest. The first is the book rewarded by Heavenly Tao announcement, the mantra of pure heart. Pure heart mantra, special. Frequent chanting can clear the heart and calm the mind, stop annoyance and evil, and resolve the hostility in the heart. Resolve the anger in your heart. The corner of Zhongbai's mouth twitched. Why does he have the feeling that Heavenly Tao felt that he was killing too much, so he specially sent this thing to warn him? Ah, just kidding. Just a small ant like him. What qualifications does he have to attract the attention of Heavenly Tao? Read books and learn directly. The content of the formulas of the Qingxin mantra kept pouring into Zhongbai's mind. After receiving the information, Zhongbai opened his personal information page and checked the Qingxin mantra. Pure Heart Mantra Enhancement available. Category: Cultivation Technique. Grade: Special. Hierarchy: No initiation. Efficacy: Clear the heart and calm the mind, stop troubles and eliminate evil, and resolve the hostility in the heart. Explanation: This is a special cultivation technique, which cannot be improved with potential points. Seeing the last explanation, Zhongbai lost the desire to complain, and directly used the infinite enhancement talent. Record: Your cultivation technique, Pure Heart Curse Special, successfully promoted to cultivation technique, Pure Heart Ju Special. After receiving the training content of Qingxin Ju, Zhongbai checked the information. Pure Heart Ju. Category: Cultivation Technique. Grade: Special. Hierarchy: No initiation. Effects: 1. Clear the mind, resolve hostility, and eliminate heart's demon. 2. Calming the ape and lowering the mind, so that one can restrain distracting thoughts and desires, and enhance and consolidate one's state of mind. 3. It can resist spiritual attack techniques, and can also disarm or break open spiritual control techniques. Explanation: This is a special cultivation technique, which cannot be improved with potential points. It's actually a spiritual cultivation technique. After seeing Effect 3, Zhongbai couldn't help but let out an exclamation. It has to be said that this aspect is one of his shortcomings. This wave has made a lot of money. Satisfied, Zhongbai closed the personal information interface and opened the survival store. The survival points obtained by Heaven Designated will be stored here. Zhongbai took a look and found that own survival points had already broken through 300,000. This is normal. The day before yesterday, Zhongbai wiped out 2 tribes of goblins. Today, under the relationship of blood feud, he killed number 4 novice village. If it weren't for the fact that the strength of the Heaven Designated in number 4 novice village is generally too low, his survival points will definitely be higher. Next, Zhongbai did not continue to explore westward. He really doesn't want to climb the mountain anymore. Not to mention time-consuming and laborious, there is a high probability that you will not encounter aboriginal tribes. Under normal circumstances, who the hell would build a tribe in a mountain nest with a brain? As for other novice villages, Zhongbai estimated that, except for the unlucky ones in Sakura country who were obviously targeted by Heavenly Tao, Heaven Designated in other countries should not be so unlucky. This can be seen from the regional strength list and the highest strength of each village. Since those novice villages have Heaven Designated and can enter the regional strength list, it means that there is no shortage of beasts for upgrading. Most of the beasts live in places like grasslands and forests, not in mountain lairs where birds don't shit. From this, it can be inferred that the places where those novice villages are located must have an environment such as a forest. Obviously, it must not be in this mountain nest. Of course, Zhongbai did not intend to return to the number 6 novice village. He stayed away from the call where number 4 novice village is located, and came to another mountain, planning to practice here for a period of time at closed-door training. In terms of strength level, he has already reached the peak of the first order. But the 4-dimensional attributes are still far behind. He plans to try his best to pull the 4-dimensional attribute to the first order limit level in the next time, in preparation for entering the second order. After entering the second level, he began to explore the dark forest. There is no time to practice. In a blink of an eye, 15 days passed. Today is the 32nd day of Heaven Designated. The 27th day of the Rise of the Tribes event, and the 18th day of the regional survival battle. On the hill of Zhongbai closed-door training. At this moment, he was staring at a golden eagle with big eyes. And in the middle of one person and one carving is a tree pig that has been roasted to a golden brown. This is my grilled meat. Zhongbai grabbed one of the tree pig's legs with one hand, and stared at the giant eagle on the opposite side with his eyes. Goo! The golden eagle uttered a cry, and without showing any sign of weakness, held the tree pig's other leg tightly with one paw, while Gold's eyes like copper bells stared at Zhongbai as well. Because it caught the tree pig. After a stalemate for a while, Zhongbai said, "Then follow the old rules, fight, whoever wins." The golden eagle can obviously understand human speech, and its wisdom is not low. It immediately nodded in agreement. Then one person carved one at a time, and at the same time put the tree pig on the flat boulder aside. Then they walked aside and started fighting. Zhongbai didn't hold back at all. He holds +5 Jing Hong Dao, fully mobilizes the wave-stacking energy in his body, and simultaneously uses the movement technique of Yulong and the saber technique of Beizon. But the golden eagle is not a vegetarian either. Don't look at its big size, but it's insanely flexible. Move and move, it's not a problem at all. And its pair of wide wings, just like human hands. Blocking and parrying are all at your fingertips. Especially its golden feathers, its defense power is extremely astonishing. Even if the grade is bronze ultimate and has been enhanced to +5 Jing Hong Dao, it can't break the defense at all. Even if Zhongbai slashed at it with all his strength, there would still be the sound of gold and iron intersecting. 2 hours later, Zhongbai supported the tree pig with one hand and akimbo with the other, laughing triumphantly. "Ha ha ha, golden eagle, I finally beat you once." Hearing this, the golden eagle tilted its head, and Gold's eyes revealed humanized contempt. As if to say again, "Only win once, what is there to be proud of?" Zhongbai didn't care about this at all, and hummed, "I can beat you this time, and I can definitely do it in the future." Since the first night, he attracted the golden eagles during the barbecue. He fought against the golden eagle for 15 days, but he lost every time, without using talent. Until today, after his innate Daoyan technique broke through from the orifice refining chapter to the body refining chapter, he finally won the golden eagle once. And this also made him figure out what level the golden eagle's true strength is. No way, when he checked the golden eagle information through the evolution panel. The information interface is actually full of question marks. So Zhongbai not only didn't know the specific race of the golden eagle, but he didn't even know the specific level of its strength. But today he knew it. It turned out that the strength of the golden eagle has entered level 1 and level 9. This alone is enough to show that the golden eagle is not easy. If you don't believe me, look down. Heavenly Tao said that the limit of the first order is the 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution, all reaching 10,000 points. Since it is the limit, there are naturally very few practitioners who can reach it. In other words, in the first level, there are very few practitioners who have raised their strength to level 1 to level 10. Because it involves cultivation technique, qualifications, resources and other factors. Therefore, one of the conditions for promotion to Tier 2 given by Heavenly Tao is only to require heaven designated to achieve at least 1,000 points in the 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution. But to what extent should the 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution be improved before they can be promoted to the second level? Heavenly Tao did not explain. However, Zhongbai mentioned this point in the Encyclopedia of Cultivation Common Sense obtained before. According to the records in the Encyclopedia of Cultivation Common Sense, under normal circumstances, the strength of a first-order cultivator can reach up to about 50,000 jin. Converted into physical attributes, it is the 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution, reaching about 5,000 points. Even if there is an excess, it is only a few dozen points at most. Of course, there are also dissatisfied practitioners who will continue to practice hard on the basis of 50,000 jin of strength. If you can successfully increase your vigor to 60,000 jin, it means that your strength can enter level 1 and level 6. This kind of cultivator is what people often call geniuses. 70,000 caddies, level 1 and level 7, is a peerless genius who meets once in 10 years. 80,000 caddies, level 1 and level 8, is a peerless genius who meets once in 100 years. 90,000 caddies, level 1 and level 9, is the peerless talent that you meet once in 1,000 years. 100,000 caddies, level 1 and level 10, is the eternal evildoer encountered once in 10,000 years. Therefore, it would be very difficult for the Golden Eagle to reach level 1 and level 9. As for breaking the limit of 100,000 jin, there are only 4 words in the Encyclopedia of Cultivation Common Sense: Invincible Supreme. Zhang Bai's goal is to be Invincible Supreme. His confidence comes from the body refining chapter of innate Daoyin technique. As the last chapter, the body refining chapter is actually the core of the innate Daoyin technique. Letting the acquired body rebel against innate is just one of the side effects of the body training chapter. The real function of the body refining chapter is actually to help the cultivator break through the limit of the first order. That is the limit of 100,000 jin. Ah, that's a long way off. Closer to home. At this time, the winner is naturally enjoying the spoils alone. It's just that Zhang Bai, who was so cheap, ate loudly on purpose, causing the Golden Eagle to turn his head frequently and swallowed. But every time Zhang Bai looked over, it would immediately turn its head away, with a look of indifference. Zhang Bai smiled secretly when he saw it, then took out the Jing Hong knife and cut the tree pig in two. Hey, Golden Eagle, go on. With a wave of his hand, Zhang Bai threw the uneaten half towards the Golden Eagle. The Golden Eagle opened his mouth to catch it, and looked at Zhang Bai suspiciously. Eat it. This is the last meal. Zhang Bai smiled, lowered his head and continued to eat. He received a private message from Cao Wu yesterday, and learned that 3 days ago, other novice village masters entered the territory of number 6 novice village. And hide in the dark, sneak attack on heaven designated in number 6 novice village. As of yesterday, more than a dozen people were seriously injured and dozens of people were slightly injured in the number 6 novice village. If it wasn't for the critical moment of breakthrough, Zhang Bai would have left yesterday. The Golden Eagle obviously understood. It even threw its favorite barbecue on the ground, swayed its body and walked up to Zhang Bai, squawking at him. Stop, stop barking. Zhang Bai hurriedly called the Golden Eagle to stop. Good guy, it's like a bunch of ducks screaming around your ears. Almost sent him away. Although I can't understand what you said, I can guess that you want to ask me what you mean, right? Hearing Zhang Bai's words, the Golden Eagle nodded. Zhang Bai sighed softly. Golden Eagle, I am different from you. You live alone on the mountain and live freely, but I am not. I still have things to do, and I have to leave after this meal. After all, he is the village head of number 6 novice village, and he can't just watch the heaven designated in the village being attacked by the heaven designated of other villages. Cuckoo. The Golden Eagle screamed softly and wrapped its wings around Zhang Bai. Its meaning is obvious. Can you not go? Zhang Bai shook his head. No, I just come from closed-door training, and I will go back sooner or later. Hearing this, the Golden Eagle retracted its wings, lowered its head, turned around and swayed away. Seeing this, Zhang Bai sighed inwardly. To be honest, although the 15 days together were short, he already regarded the Golden Eagle as a friend. Otherwise, he really wanted to abduct the Golden Eagle. After all, he really wanted a flying mount. After silently eating the food in hand, Zhang Bai tidied up a little and looked at the Golden Eagle standing still in the distance. After hesitating for a moment, he finally didn't speak, turned around and jumped down the mountain. Jump all the way down. Zhang Bai soon came to the foot of the mountain. Looking back at the top of the mountain, he turned around and ran towards 6 novice village. But what he didn't see was that there was a huge figure in the sky, following closely. Run all the way. An hour later, Zhang Bai returned to the Grand Canyon. After spending more than 10 minutes, he crossed the Grand Canyon and returned to the Yanwang tribe. Master Zhang is back. Great. Master Zhang is finally back. Zhang Bai paused, and cupped fist to the heaven designated who surrounded him. Everyone, I'm sorry I'm late. Instead of explaining, he simply apologized. In any case, he is the head of the village, and it is true that he came back late. This is the truth. At this time, a heaven designated said, Master Zhang, you don't need to apologize. We all know that you are actively exploring the outside world, and you are helping us find the way. And you also pointed us on the correct path of cultivation, and even wiped out the little devil's village alone, so that we can all get rewards. With these 3 points alone, no one has the right to blame you. As soon as this heaven-designated finished speaking, it immediately aroused the echo and approval of all the heaven-designated present. There's nothing wrong with that. Master Zhang, you don't need to apologize, but we want to thank you. Master Zhang, don't worry, who dares to blame you? I will be the first to kill that white-eyed wolf. In the entire number 6 novice village, Lord Zhang is the only person I respect and admire. Looking around, Zhang Bai saw expressions of gratitude, trust, admiration, and respect. His heart suddenly became warm. At this moment, a cry of piercing gold and cracking stones came from the air. Immediately afterwards, a shadow on the ground moved quickly from outside the tribe, and the shadow was still enlarging rapidly. Hearing the chirping sound, everyone present subconsciously looked up to the sky. Zhang Bai is no exception. Is that a golden eagle? Zhang Bai's eyes widened. Why did this guy come here? The next moment, he reacted and shouted quickly. Quick, temporarily turn off the automatic defense mode of the arrow tower, the golden eagle in the sky is my friend. Then, he yelled at the golden eagle that was swooping down. Golden eagle, take back your attacking stance, this is my home. He could hear the anger contained in the golden eagle's call just now. And the way it swoops down is exactly its attacking posture when hunting. Hearing Zhang Bai's shout, the tribal guard hastily turned off the automatic defense mode of the arrow tower. He is the guest minister elder of the tribe, so he naturally has the power to give orders. When the golden eagle heard Zhang Bai's cry, it immediately changed its dive posture and pulled up. After circling in the air, it landed in front of Zhang Bai. It spread its wings, protected Zhang Bai behind it, and uttered threatening calls to the surrounding heaven designated. Seeing this, Zhang Bai still didn't understand. Golden eagle, this is a misunderstanding. For a moment, Zhang Bai was both funny and moved. Okay, put away your wings. These people are my compatriots and will not hurt me. Zhang Bai quickly explained, and at the same time patted the golden eagle's thigh. There is no way, the golden eagle is huge, and its 2 feet or 2 meters long. Hearing this, the golden eagle turned its head to look at Zhang Bai, and let out a suspicious cry. It seems to ask again, really? Zhang Bai nodded vigorously, really? In this way, the golden eagle folded its wings and retreated behind Zhang Bai. It's smart and knows it's a misunderstanding, so let Zhang Bai help explain it. Zhang Bai rolled his eyes and introduced the surrounding heaven designated. Everyone, don't be afraid, although the golden eagle is a fierce bird, it is also my friend. It can understand human speech, and its intelligence is not low. As long as everyone doesn't take the initiative to provoke it, it will not violently hurt people. For Zhang Bai's words, everyone naturally believes. After all, everyone saw the scene just now. And everyone also found that the golden eagle's information interface was full of question marks. Obviously, the origin of this golden eagle is extraordinary. At this time, Cao Wu's teasing voice sounded. Zhangye is Zhangye, forget about coming back by yourself, but he even brought back a flying mount. What flying mount? This is my friend, the golden eagle. Zhang Bai gave Cao Wu a dissatisfied look. Even the golden eagle looked at Cao Wu with a pair of sharp gold eyes, and made a dissatisfied sound in his throat. In an instant, Cao Wu felt ashamed all over his body, as if he was being targeted by some great terror. He looked at the golden eagle in horror, and quickly explained, well, I was joking just now, don't mind it. Old Cao, you know how to be afraid. Zhang Bai was happy. Cao Wu pulled Zhang Bai aside and asked, Master Zhang, tell me honestly, what kind of beast is this golden eagle? Level 1, Level 9, the real one. Zhang Bai shrugged. Hiss. Cao Wu suddenly took a deep breath. Not only him, but also those heaven designated around. The conversation between the two did not lower their voices, so everyone heard it. Everyone also understands what Zhang Bai means by true. This means that the strength of the golden eagle is no less than the 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution, and it has reached at least 9,000 points of heaven designated. Etc. My current 3 attributes of strength, agility, and constitution have just broken through 3,000 points. So, why am I not as good as a vulture? A heaven designated suddenly reacted with a look of disbelief. Another heaven designated broke down. You have 3,000 points, and you still say "Durr." Have you considered those of us who have not even reached 2,000 points? Other heaven designated. You two are enough. Can you stop exposing this heart-wrenching thing? You don't want to lose face, we still want it. ... After everyone dispersed, Zhongbai brought the golden eagle to the outside of his own courtyard. Master Zhong, welcome home. This is of course Yuzhao. She has already heard that Zhongbai is back, so she has been waiting at the gate of the courtyard. Zhongbai smiled and nodded, then pointed to the golden eagle behind him and introduced. This is a golden eagle, my friend, and will temporarily live in the courtyard. Golden eagle, this is Yuzhao, the housekeeper in my yard, butler. Hearing the word, housekeeper, Yuzhao's beautiful eyes immediately turned into crescent moons. She stretched out her hand and said happily, Master Zhong, go in quickly, and this. Master Diao, please come in too. Golden eagle, just fly in. Zhongbai looked at the gate of the courtyard, then at the figure of the golden eagle, and said something to it. Hearing this, the golden eagle spread its wings and flew into the courtyard. Zhongbai also stepped in. Come to the courtyard. Looking at the figure of the golden eagle, which was bigger than the gazebo, Zhongbai suddenly felt that the courtyard seemed a bit small. It seems that I have to ask Lao Sao for help to expand the courtyard. Having an idea, Zhongbai told the golden eagle to stay in the yard and not run around. And asked Yuzhao to take care of it, then turned and left the courtyard. All the way to Sao Wu's residence. Zhongbai saw that not only Sao Wu was there, but Lin Guodong, Luo Feng, Tang Ling, and Yang Zhaozhao were also there. After saying hello, the 6 people sat down respectively. Zhongbai spoke first and asked Sao Wu to find someone to expand the yard. Upon hearing this, Sao Wu immediately guessed something, and immediately nodded in agreement. Afterwards, Zhongbai asked about the foreign heaven designated. What is certain at the moment is that there is only one alien heaven designated for the time being. According to the description of heaven designated who was attacked, the outsider is Caucasian, male, blonde, and young. In terms of weapons, he has exposed crossbows and bows at present, and it is temporarily impossible to confirm how close he is. Speaking of this, Sao Wu thought for a while, and then said, in terms of strength, after we analyze all the information, we estimate that the outsider's strength is likely to be around level 1 and level 5. Of course, the possibility of him hiding his strength cannot be ruled out. Everyone in heaven designated now knows that the strength of an extraordinary should be based on attributes, not the strength level displayed on the personal information page. Therefore, the level 1 and 5 mentioned by Sao Wu represent the 3 attributes of the outsider's strength, agility, and constitution, at least reaching 5,000 points. Level 1, level 5. Zhongbai frowned. This strength is basically the strongest level in a village. After all, not everyone is like Zhongbai, who can get a bunch of qi and blood pills from the black iron treasure chest to assist in practicing kung fu. Without the support of qi and blood pill, the cultivation speed of other heaven designated is naturally far inferior to that of Zhongbai. What's more, Zhongbai will perform various medicinal baths every night. Which area does that outsider usually operate in? In the dense forest in front of the village, there is only that area suitable for sneak attacks and lurking, so I temporarily summoned the heaven designated in the village to the Grand Canyon in the past 2 days, and blocked the mountain road at the other end of the canyon. You were right. Zhongbai nodded, got up and walked out. Leave the outsider to me, and I will catch him as soon as possible. Number 6 Novice Village. Standing outside the village, Zhongbai looked at the familiar village in front of him, feeling a little emotional in his heart. It seems that he hasn't been back to the village since the novice protection period. With me like this, I actually became the village chief. It's really amazing. Zhongbai shook his head and smiled, and walked towards the village. At the same time, his perception also spread to every corner of the village. With his current mental attributes, it is easy enough to do this. Suddenly, a strange breath entered the range of perception. Zhongbai's heart skipped a beat. He felt a little surprised, and also a little pleasantly surprised. He pretended nothing had happened and continued to move forward. After visiting the whole village, he went straight to the outside of the village. After entering the dense forest, Zhongbai quickly climbed to a big tree overlooking the whole village. About 10 minutes later, a sneaky figure poked its head out from a certain stone house and looked around. Judging from the appearance, this person is a male youth with blonde hair. Plus that snow-white skin. It is the outsider that Cao Wu mentioned. After some observation, the outsider was sure that it was safe outside, so he walked out of the stone house and headed for the village. Seeing this, Zhang Bai held his breath and suppressed his heartbeat. Minimize the emission of your own breath as much as possible. He just watched the outsider go out of the village, plunge into the dense forest, and then run past under the big tree where he was hiding. And the direction in which the outsiders are heading is the Grand Canyon. After the outsider ran away, Zhang Bai jumped down from the big tree and followed behind silently. He has always kept outsiders within the range of his own perception, so he doesn't have to worry about being lost. Not long, Zhang Bai followed the outsider to the narrow mountain road. To his surprise, the outsider flew into the mountain path without any hesitation. Is this trying to break through with your own strength? Still don't know that the mountain road at the other end of the canyon has been blocked by Cao Wu. Zhang Bai felt that the latter was more likely. This guy has been sneak attacking from the shadows instead of confronting Heaven Designated in number 6 Novice Village head-on. He is obviously not a reckless person. But there is a way to heaven if you don't go, and there is no way to the underworld, you have to go. Zhang Bai sneered, and immediately sent a private message to Cao Wu, informing that the outsider had entered the narrow and long mountain road. If it is in other places, this outsider still has the possibility of escaping. In the narrow and long mountain road, there is really no way to go to heaven and no way to go to earth. No, when the outsider saw the exit of the mountain road from a distance, he also saw Cao Wu and others waiting outside the exit. The outsider was also decisive. Without saying a word, he turned around and turned back. Then I saw Zhang Bai approaching slowly. At this time, Zhang Bai finally saw the information of this outsider. Dominica, whose strength is shown as level 1 and level 10, comes from number 7 Novice Village and belongs to the country of Gaul. The strength display on the information interface can be ignored directly. For example, Yi Tian, his strength level has already reached level 1 and level 10, but his attributes are far from enough. For the same reason, Dominic's strength display is also false, depending on his attributes. Of course, this is limited to Heaven Designated. You've been following me, Dominic spoke, his eyes fixed on Zhang Bai. He actually sensed danger from Zhang Bai. Zhang Bai stood still, and said calmly, "Are you going to catch it yourself, or do you want me to do it?" With the automatic translation of the evolution panel, both can understand each other. "Are you here to catch me?" Dominique's heart tightened, and he said quickly, "Dude, don't do this. Let's discuss it. As long as you let me go, I will give you all the evolution coins on me, how about it?" Hearing this, Zhang Bai didn't bother to talk nonsense anymore, and directly displayed Yulong movement technique. As if he had teleported, he appeared in front of Dominic in an instant, and kicked Dominic into the air with one kick. Before Dominic flew away, Zhang Bai stretched out a hand as fast as lightning, and grabbed Dominic's right foot. With all his strength, Zhang Bai swung Dominic in a circle in the air and smashed it hard to the ground. Boom! The ground was cracked and dusty. Dominic passed out without even having time to scream. Zhang Bai walked over with a calm expression, and shattered all the bones in Dominic's hands and feet with his inner strength. He does this, not sadistically. It was to prevent Dominic's resistance after waking up. Zhang Bai remembered that in District 168's talent list, there were only 5 heaven-designated awakened S-level talents. And Dominic is one of them. So when Zhang Bai shot just now, he didn't give Dominic the time and chance to fight back. At this time, severe pain also awakened Dominic from fainting. When he woke up, he couldn't stop howling. Zhang Bai thought it was noisy, so he kicked him unconscious. Then he grabbed one of Dominic's legs, and dragged Dominic to the exit of the mountain road at the other end of the canyon like a dead dog. Wait for him to approach. Cao Wu and others who were blocking the exit of the mountain road all gave Zhang Bai a thumbs up. They all watched the battle just now. The enemy who makes them helpless, Zhang Bai, can be done in 2 or 3 strokes as soon as he goes out. This also allowed them to see the strength of Zhang Bai again. "Old Cao, I leave it to you. I just want the coordinates of number 7 Novice Village, and the rest, you are free." Zhang Bai threw Dominique at Cao Wu's feet like he was throwing rags, and then walked towards the Yanwang tribe. After watching Zhang Bai leave, everyone looked at Dominic, who was howling constantly. With such a short distance, everyone can naturally see Dominic's basic information. A heaven designated exclaimed, "Dominique, I remember that when the leaderboard first came out, this guy was ranked 6th in the regional strength list. You didn't say a little bit, this guy is one of the only 5 heaven designated who have awakened S-class talents in Area 168. Your news is behind. This guy's ranking in the regional strength list has risen to 4th place. So what about the 4th place? What about the S-level talent? Didn't he get beaten to death by Master Zhang a few times?" Exactly. It doesn't matter what his ranking is, anyway, he is no match for Master Zhang. Sure enough, the 4-dimensional attribute is the foundation. Master Zhang didn't even appear on the talent list, so he still abused heaven designated with an S-level talent. Master Zhang YYDS. The leader of District 168, I only recognize Master Zhang. At this time, Cao Wu said, "Okay, let's take this guy back for interrogation first, Master Zhang is still waiting." When he said that, everyone reacted. Yes, you can't keep Master Zhang waiting. Come here, give me a hand, and carry this thing back. What a fart. It's grass anyway, don't worry about killing people, just drag it away. Quote. Makes sense. Dominic just woke up. Are you polite? I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.